and was only suitable for people aged 18 or over, will almost certainly have an adult theme, and might well contain sex or violence, which are quite graphic. It may also contain explicit language, including sexual swear words. Thanks for listening.
On tonight's episode of the Godless Rebelution, adherents of the religion of peace showed us just how peaceful they've become recently in Paris.
Colorado's Planned Parenthood was the most recent act of Christian terrorism in the U.S. until today. Donald Orangatrump lies about his lying.
Also, there's another mass shooting today in San Bernardino. Not new news.
Fat guy in a red hat swaps hat for pillow and says we should make abortion doctors fear for their life.
U.S. pledges a whopping 50 additional troops to Iraq and Syria, and Iraqi militias have a Shiite attitude toward U.S. troops, not their usual Sunni disposition.
A Baptist church in Tennessee plays Hide the Rapist.
Republican Colorado lawmaker does some very serious victim blaming.
And Mark Zuckerberg is atheisting right.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
But here's what his revelation comes to him. He's kind of got all this stuff, like touching, wiping, mourning of the animals.
Not wiping, whipping.
Yeah.
Also not touching.
I am dyslexic. I hope I'm not having like a stroke.
Do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
And an atheist almost always becomes supporters of eugenics and abortion.
A swine is hungry for nuts. Jesus hates them too.
Satan is real.
Being a Satanist is an open declaration of revolt against counterproductive received wisdom and mindless rogue tradition.
Decapitate her head off.
We're done. You're done.
Obama!
Welcome to the Godless Rebelution. I'm Dan, and I'm sick.
That's sick, Dan.
I'm sick, Dan. I got the head cold.
I'm Ryan, just getting over being sick.
Low Salt Lake and rest of the world. I'm fine.
Not after tonight. We're stuck in a small box.
You're sandwiched.
Yeah, we'll
sandwiched between the sickies.
We shall see.
I just got over it, so I'm going to be just fine.
I drink enough alcohol to kill all the bacteria in my body.
I thought I did.
I couldn't even. Like on Thursday when I got home from work, I'm like, I need to lay down for a little bit. And I lay down. And I'm like, whiskey's going to help the situation.
Whiskey helps everything.
Whiskey's going to help the situation. So I made myself a glass of whiskey, put it on my coffee table, and laid back down, had a few sips of it, and woke up 3 hours later, and my whiskey was warm. I was so fucking sick, I couldn't even drink a glass of whiskey.
Oh. Do you chill your whiskey?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was by the time I had ice cubes in it. I had 2 ice cubes in it, and it was chilled. So I like my whiskey cold.
Yeah.
And it was like warm whiskey with melted ice.
What were you drinking? What whiskey?
It was just straight Jack Daniels. It wasn't a special, anything.
I bought a nice bottle of Lafroig.
Lafroig? I don't know if I know that one.
It's a Scotch.
Oh, okay.
I opened it and smelled it, but I have not yet
drank any of it.
Drank any of it because I got sick the day I got it, and so I didn't have any. Anyway, today is December
2nd.
December 20 not.
December 02.
December 2nd of the year 2015.
Not of our Lord.
This is episode 82, and we didn't record last week. We released a show.
Yeah.
That we had
pre-recorded
on, we had it on hand for,
which wasn't a secret.
No, we didn't. It wasn't that much of a secret because Meg was on both shows.
Yeah. And I tried to make it a secret.
She's got a really good voice, by the way. I was listening to that episode again. She's got a really good radio voice.
Like she just needs to actually talk into the mic.
Yeah, we should see. Do you think she would be amenable to maybe doing a drop or two for us if we give her a script?
Perhaps. I'd have to ask her. I mean,
yeah,
she's not my wife. I can't speak for her.
Well. Well, I figured.
Ryan's just shaking his head. No, this is a running joke I have in my house. Every time me and Danielle have a little disagreement, like usually it's a friend, like we don't get in fights, but usually it's like a friendly disagreement, and I just tell her, hey, you need to go read your Bible. You're supposed to obey me. It's in there. No, shut up.
I'm not going to do it.
Gotcha.
If this is your first time listening to the show, you may have found us on Facebook or on the Twitters or on Podbean or iTunes.
Yeah, I doubt Podbean.
You can find us
some decent
all over the place on Stitcher.
Yeah.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/GodlessRebelution, Twitter at TGR Podcast. You can send us an email at GodlessRebelution@gmail.com. Send us anything you'd like us to talk about. Give us some feedback if you think we've done something wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I like when people point out that I'm wrong about something because then I can fix it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't handle criticism very well.
Me.
I like to think that I do because it means that I'm learning something and I'm stopping being wrong about something, which is a good thing. So,
Like, I don't know who it was. I saw the thread, but I think it got deleted. Where someone was complaining that the Podbean site, they couldn't hear the audio on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, it works just fine
Oh no,
on my
he could
phone.
hear it. He could hear it. He
It was just too
couldn't-
loud.
He could hear it. He couldn't turn it down on the website.
Well, that's where
He had to touch his computer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, your volume controls, that's not the one I use, is on the website. It's on.
Well, and as if, we're the people who control what is available
Yeah, it's
there.
the host site. I mean,
We got no control over it. Yeah.
You could also just fucking download it and listen to it on whatever media player and use the volume control in there. I mean, it was just like, do you have nothing better to fucking do with your time
Then complain that there's no volume control on the
Then
website.
complain about a UX problem on a website.
no, but please send all of your disagreements to. We promise not to air it out on the very next episode.
If it's
we don't say
content or
name.
topics or something we have control over, please let me know. If it's something beyond my control, don't fucking bitch to me about it. Jesus Christ, that was a frustrating thing. Like,
I know. I
what
saw
the
that.
fuck is your problem?
I saw the
dude?
evolution of that conversation. I'm like, and Dan is upset.
Well, it was just like,
No.
this is completely beyond my control, and you're being a giant fucking dickhead about it.
Yep.
But we do appreciate every single one of our listeners. And if you had
Most of them.
Yeah, and if you had an awesome friend tell you about the show, why don't you go tell another one of your awesome friends about the show?
Yeah, that's how the whole thing works, man.
Yeah.
The show grows and continues because we continue attracting more listeners and people seem to like it. So,
Yeah. By the way, I want to give a shout out to the country of Guyana.
Oh, yeah, we got listeners in Guyana.
46 different IP addresses in Guyana have accessed our Podbean site.
And
Wow.
at least, what was it, maybe 1 or 2 in Iran? So,
they were all over.
yeah.
Yeah, but if it's like 1 or 2, I'm not really that concerned about it.
I just wonder if they
46
listen to our Draw Muhammad show.
46 is, yeah, maybe. Anyway, shout out to Guyana. We have nothing in French Guiana or neighboring Suriname, but 46 in Guyana.
Those aren't real places.
Then, like,
right.
the UK, we had a shitload, too.
Yeah, well, duh, but
Oh, that reminds me. Did you guys see that fucking picture of the United States that Ben Carson's campaign sent out?
Was it the one
Jesus
that was like...
Christ, Maine was almost to Greenland on that thing.
And it looked like a fucking it made the United States look like a genie's lantern with like smoke coming up out of the end of it or something. I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
I don't think you ever took geography.
I don't think I would have been able to put it together perfectly myself, but I probably would have checked it, and I would have noticed how glaringly fucking wrong it looked. Like,
I probably would have Googled
wait,
an
there's
image and
something
copied
wrong
it.
with the
Yeah,
northeast
exactly.
of the United States here. It seems to be erect.
Well, it always is, but not that much.
They got all the Viagra sales there.
It's not the limp dick of Florida for sure, but
I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
they let that out. That was a thing that really happened.
yeah, how do you not check that?
I don't know. So we didn't record last week, and there was a lot of shit that's happened. I mean,
Tons of shit.
So the last show we did was the Republican debate. Next week we have another debate, I think, coming up. Another Republican debate, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there?
And I've heard rumor that Donald Trump is saying he wants $5 million to participate,
Oh,
or
Jesus,
is
really?
No, he wants them to donate $5 million in his name to the Wounded Warrior Project, or else he won't do it. It's like,
Well,
dude,
fucking, so what?
why don't you just donate $5 million? You got enough of them.
Well, here's the thing, dude. You're competing.
Of all of your billions.
Yeah.
You're competing for our votes. We're not competing to
Yeah.
to watch you.
It's like, yeah.
You got this backwards, you fucking dummy.
Yeah, I would not really miss him if he were not on the debate stage.
No.
I mean, we
It would
see
be-
enough
I mean,
crazy
it's-
from him in the regular news anyway. Oh my God, when he was
Then-
making fun of the disabled reporter, did you see that?
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That's another story.
Oh,
that was
God.
really
we have
fucked
so
up.
much shit to go over.
Yeah. Well, we have a bunch of other shit too. What did you bring this evening?
Oh God, you want me to go through it now?
No.
Gotta have like 10 fucking stories in here.
Well, what else would you like to talk about? Oh, so how was your guys' turkey day?
Well, I was sick trying to drink a glass of whiskey, so
Yeah.
I did that.
Mine was good.
The turkey day was good. The morning was very eventful. Tracy cut the tip of her finger off.
Which finger is it?
Her left index finger on the thumb side, because she was holding whatever with her thumb and cutting with her right hand. And
It wasn't the
cut
cranberries, was it?
She cut like a third of her finger off at the tip through the fingernail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sharp knives.
Oh, yeah, it's super sharp. I sharpen that shit all the time. Yeah, it was like just super clean right through there. I was going to show you. I'll show you the pictures after the show.
Stitched
Yeah, I
back
can't
on,
wait.
or just
So
bandaged, and like you get to have a weird deformed finger now?
So yeah, she got up and was doing prep work because we host Thanksgiving here for the whole family. And
Good for you.
I think this year we had 16 people.
Wow.
16, 17 people over here. But so she got up early-ish on Thanksgiving and was down in the kitchen doing this prep work. I was awake, but just laying in bed, fucking around on my phone on Facebook, and I hear this commotion downstairs. And, you know, like I heard a little bit of a scream and then a bunch of commotion, and I thought, oh, well, that doesn't sound very good. I'd better start to get up. So I, turn off my phone, set it down, and just then there's a knock on the bedroom door, and it's my son standing outside, and he says, Dad, come quick. Tracy cut her finger, and she's bleeding really, really bad, and there's blood everywhere. So I hurry and get, throw on my pajama pants and slippers and go walking downstairs, and he wasn't kidding, man. There was blood everywhere. Like the whole sink had blood spat. The backsplash behind the sink.
When you get one of them really good clean cuts, they bleed really good.
Yeah, it looked there was enough blood that, I mean, you would have think that she'd lost an entire finger or a hand. There was blood everywhere. So take her to the emergency room. We did take the piece of the finger that she cut off because she thought, they may be able to salvage it. And I thought, well, it's so small and it's got the fingernail on it. They're not going to do anything with it, So we take it. The doctor comes in, examines her, and he's like, do you have the piece? And she's like, ha, I told you. Told you it was a good idea to bring it. So, because it was pretty deep.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the fingernail. It was like the whole side of her finger.
all the skin layers.
And through the nail bed.
Yeah.
So the doctor ended up trimming the fingernail off of that piece and just keeping the nail bed and then stitching that bit of nail bed and the side of her finger back into place. And, he said it may grow back, it may not.
It just falls off, let it fall off.
But, if it doesn't, or not grow back, it may reattach, it may not. But if it doesn't reattach, at least it'll be a good bio bandage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like it's reattaching and healing. It's pinkish. So
yeah, that's good.
That's
pretty
pretty
it's got
good.
blood.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So her finger
Fucking
will never
God's
look
handiwork,
the same.
man. It just never ceases to amaze me.
Wouldn't it be great if we were like the lizards who could just regrow limbs? And
I read an article once where I had a doctor talking about the craziest shit fucking patients talked about.
Yeah.
Or their patients. And one of them was where he came in to tell like a diabetic lady, like, hey, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to cut your leg off. And she's like, oh, okay, that's fine.
I'll grow another one.
And that's exactly what it was.
Really?
That's what the patient thought. He's like, you're not worried about losing your leg? And she's like, no, I'll just grow another one, right?
That'll be fine.
It's like,
Happens all the time.
no, when it's gone, it's gone. You don't get to grow another one. Like the patient actually
How many
thought.
people in the middle stages of regrowing limbs has she seen? Like what?
I don't know.
Why would she think that
Well, that's
was
why people have stumps, Matt. They're just regrowing. Regrowing.
because they were cut off at the joint and that's the
Yeah.
growth. I see.
Yeah, that's where the
Okay.
growth plate is located.
So I would even settle for, being able to pray and have people regrow limbs.
Yeah.
Sure.
But that's
I don't know if
never,
that's
ever
settling.
happened,
I mean,
so-
that's pretty solid evidence.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that would be evidence that, if you pray, something happens.
Yes.
If you can put the person isolated in a room and get a bunch of people praying around them, and that limb all of a sudden just like starts coming back like a CGI like movie type thing, like holy fuck, Terminator.
Why Terminator?
Well, because like that metal guy.
Because everybody
yeah.
that regrows a limb is now obviously cursed and they're going to be fucking murdering people. That's the way it works.
I see.
It's science, Matt. It's science.
Yeah.
Where's your hand?
Because that limb is now evil.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, her finger's doing well. Had the whole family over. That all went very well. Got pretty drunk on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
After the bulk of the other family left, and it was me and Tracy and her siblings just kind of hanging out and doing wild turkey shots and drinking many other things. And then I did something and fucked up my knee just walking across the living room. I tore something in my goddamn leg. So I've got an appointment to go see the orthopedic doctor next week.
Not fun.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I've had 2 surgeries on my knee already. So it's fucked up. My whole right leg is fucked up, but I don't know. We'll have to see what he says, but it hurts. Matt didn't get sick. What did you do besides not get sick and not
did the in-law thing on Thanksgiving, and then Friday hung out with Danielle's uncles, who are awesome. We had I don't know how many pitchers of beer and played Golden Tee at the local
watering hole.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like the Golden Tee.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in
that
a long
and Buck
time.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Buck Hunter?
Yeah, you know the deer hunting game at the bars?
No, I haven't played that one. I used to play. I
told you, let's not get into this tonight.
There was some pre-show discussion of things that we decided we did not want to talk about on this show.
No, it's not really even that. It would have been a fine topic had I not been here. These two can handle it.
You guys get so emotional. No,
just me.
Just you.
No, you guys are fine.
I wrote down shit to talk about. Let's see. We covered Turkey Day, the knee out with cut finger.
That's what
right into it.
Which brings us to, of course, the attacks in Paris.
Yeah, sure does.
I mean, that just logically follows. Again, it's science, Matt.
Niawi cut finger Paris. It's logical.
Turkey Day, Niawi cut finger Paris attacks.
Yeah. It's a progression.
So we know the terrorism happens all over the place.
Yes.
It happens from a wide variety of people.
Yes.
We had a terrorist attack here in the U.S. today.
Yes.
In San Bernardino. They're for some reason not saying that it was a terrorist attack, though it pretty fucking clearly was an attack that has caused terror.
Yes.
I think that's kind of what that means.
Is that? I'm not sure what definition they're using.
I think terrorism is basically disrupting society. It doesn't have to be shooting. There's many forms of terror in which you disrupt normal.
I imagine that a terrorist attack is an attack against innocents meant to incite terror or fear, right? So perhaps they're not calling it a terrorist attack because they think there may be some love triangle involved,
or maybe they don't
dispute.
Maybe they don't know the motives.
Yeah, but I mean, from everything that I've seen today, it seems pretty clear that it was just a domestic terror attack.
Yeah.
The last reporting that we saw was that they have killed 2 of the suspects.
Yeah.
With possibly a third still on the loose.
They being the police.
Yes.
Yeah. So
not other terrorists.
The dictionary for terrorism means the use of violence and intimidation in the pursuit of political aims.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to figure out what their actual motives
what the motives were. Yeah.
But I'm tired of seeing this shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, but so that Planned Parenthood attack a week ago was clearly domestic terrorism, even though they're still denying that too.
Yes,
because that was for political means.
Yes, he was anti-Planned Parenthood, anti-abortion. Basically, anti-abortion is what he was.
Yeah, but here's the interesting thing: he had always been a crazy right-wing Christian nut job, but he'd been anti-abortion, but not extremely so until recently.
Which recently there was a lot of been talk in the news about abortion.
There's been some fucking bullshit videos,
some made up lies.
Carly Fiorina continuing that myth.
Yep,
and directly after that was when he committed his terrorist acts.
I even saw one person said, well, obviously the conservatives were right because Planned Parenthood said they'll stop selling baby parts. It's like they said they would stop selling baby parts because They already don't fucking sell baby parts. It's like,
So
okay, yeah, we'll stop doing what we're not doing.
What day of the week was this? When did the Planned Parenthood thing?
This was 1 week ago.
1 week ago today.
1 week ago. It was last Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yeah. So then on Sunday, I'm watching Fox News and Carly Fiorina is on there and Chris Wallace asks her about Planned Parenthood in the videos. And she still is saying the same stupid shit that has been proven to be false.
Yeah.
And she's saying it as if it were fucking true and it's not.
I saw the video though. Oh, the video with the lady who had a miscarriage? Or the one that might have come out of Russia? There is no video of Planned Parenthood aborting a live fetus. It does not exist.
It's the fucking, crazy fucking ridiculous rhetoric coming from the religious right that is causing demonstrable harm to our society.
Yeah.
They're doing bad things. And people are doing worse things in the name of the bad things that these other assholes are talking about.
Like, there's a large percentage of the population who finds themselves either aligned or opposed to certain things, but they also understand social norms. But when they resort to hyperbole, there's a certain segment of the population on their side that doesn't fucking understand that that's hyperbole. And then they go out and do shit like this because of the bullshit that other people are talking about when they're trying to make a point. Like these handful of terrorists don't understand that there's a difference, between what Carly Fiorina's saying and what she'll do. And he's thinking, okay, well, I got to go be a hero because nobody else is doing shit. They don't understand the difference.
This is clearly a call to arms.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say like Carly, like what Carly was doing was more like, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Lying or fucking asshole?
Well, that, but, fuck. I had the word in my head when Matt was talking. Then
Hyperbole?
Not hyperbole. I was going to go with a different
shittery?
word. It's
Nut
not
nuggery?
illegal. We did it a lot of times during World War II. Hitler loved it quite
Propaganda.
a bit. Propaganda. She's spewing she's spewing propaganda.
Yeah.
That is completely and utterly untrue, which should be fucking illegal.
I don't think it should be illegal.
Yeah.
I think it
For
should
a politician to be able to go on national television and spit straight up lies is a fucking truth.
that'd be so difficult to police and enforce. I mean, I think she should be allowed to say pretty much whatever she wants within reason. She can't directly incite people to violence, but
no,
if she wants to be a fucking lying cunt, then that's up to her. I mean, she can say what she wants.
Like Trump right now saying he saw thousands of Muslims having tailgate style parties in the streets of New Jersey when the towers fell on 9/11.
It's frustrating, and I think the best protection we have against harmful, hateful speech like that is just better speech, right? But you have to be involved, and you have to get other people involved in education. Yeah. You can't just sit back by yourself and go, oh, well, that person is dumb or ridiculous or whatever. You have to get involved. You have to be active in voting and letting other people know, no, what she said is bullshit and here's why. You have to have these conversations with people. And that's why it bothers me so much when I hear people say that, there's two things you can't talk about with friends and relatives, and that's politics and religion.
Yeah.
No, those are the two fucking most important things that you can talk to anybody about. Those are the two things that drive and motivate the majority of people.
Especially for people that do cockshittery.
Well, and that's more propaganda. Because who are the people that benefit from not talking about religion and politics?
The ones that are
it's the right-wing Christians.
Politics.
It's the right-wing Christians.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that have been in power when there shouldn't even be a party, associated with that far right, for, I don't know, 3 or 4 decades now, because we're not allowed to talk about it.
Well, and here in Utah, it's seen as a big triumph when we can get the LDS Church to work with lawmakers to pass laws. Like, how in the fuck is that even a thing?
Right.
That shouldn't be.
Why
right.
the fuck are lawmakers and LGBT groups even talking to the LDS Church? They have no fucking business doing anything with our laws at all. Yeah. None whatsoever.
It's like,
well, they shouldn't.
We really want a law that protects us. If they're going to get a law that protects them.
I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad.
Forehead's getting red.
So, I
you say you're getting mad?
I set you guys up for a segue a couple times and nobody took the bait. So,
well, I didn't. Oh, sorry, I didn't know if you wanted. I have a perfect one. I got it out.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were ready to move on. But,
no, yeah.
I knew we were progressing this way.
Carly Fiorina is such a fucking turd.
So
she makes me so mad every time I listen to her talk because it's just straight up fucking lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this story I thought was actually interesting because it does tie into that with the Carly Fiorina thing and the Trump phenomenon. With his interview with Chuck Todd. Did you guys see that?
Yes, the phone call. Yeah.
Yeah. So
where he kept repeating the same lie over and over again. Like, no, this isn't
exactly.
true.
So Chuck Todd confronted Donald Trump on his bogus claim that the Muslim Americans in Jersey City gathered together to cheer as the World Trade Center fell on 9/11, like you were saying, Ryan.
Yeah.
And Chuck pointed out that the rumors of the celebrations have been investigated and were proven false, but Trump insisted that it's true because his fans have sent him tweets saying they remember it. Well, just because somebody repeats something doesn't make it true, Todd said, trying with only limited success to get a word in. You're running for president of the United States. Your words matter. Truthfulness matters. Fact-based stuff matters. But to that I say should matter.
Yeah.
But it actually doesn't totally. It doesn't seem to matter for Donald Trump, and if a politician truly doesn't care how often he's being called out for lying, is there anything the press can do about it? To which I say no. I mean, simply no, there isn't, because it's a press. But
and plus, after the more of this rhetoric is coming out with the whole thing about taking immigrants from Syria and everything, we've also seen an increase in violence against Middle Eastern looking people, as far as taxi drivers being beat up or shot in the back of the head, kids being fucking beat up.
Yeah. Well, and when you say that facts should matter, I can't remember where I saw it, but they were interviewing people at a Trump rally, and they're like, "So, what do you think of him saying these things that we know are not true?" And they're like, "Oh, well, does he stretch the truth sometimes? Sure, but he's got good ideas, and he's a smart guy, and I think I'll let him slide with some of that stuff."
Right.
I'll let him fucking lie to me directly, and I'll let it slide because I like
they
to cut
don't
his
fucking
jib.
know. They don't know the difference.
Let him get within feet of a button that'll fucking launch nuclear arms, and he's unpredictable.
Yeah, I'm going to be so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Am I going to be amazing? Am I going to push the button or not?
I guess apparently there's been an unspoken agreement, sort of underlying the enterprise of press and politicians, where the public accepts the judgments of the fact checkers, that they're objective and reasonable, even if they might quibble over things like the line between a quote false claim and the pants on fire claim, and the politicians accept that if they've said something that's proven false, they shouldn't say it anymore. But Trump and his supporters have simply refused to offer their consent. Not only does he refuse to be held to any standard of truth, he refuses to act ashamed, and even when he gets caught in a lie or grant that he might have been mistaken, and his supporters go right along.
Yeah, he refuses to acknowledge that he made a mistake at all.
Right, and I think this is the same with Fiorina in this point.
And he'll just say, "No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
wrong. I know it. I have a very good memory. I know.
I saw the videos.
I saw these things with my own eyes. You're just wrong. You're wrong, Chuck.
Right.
You're wrong."
I talked to people who saw these things.
Yeah. I hear it from people all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then you're hearing it from people who are also fucking wrong.
And I also find these fact-checking sites to be credible. Like, when you look at it, like, okay, they're not just being one-sided. They're going after both sides, and they're equally, and they lay it out. Like, this is why it's false. Here's the information. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I trust that.
Right. It goes on to say that, like so much about the Trump campaign, the candidate's lack of concern for the truth is the outgrowth of tendencies that have been present in the Republican Party for some time. For decades, conservatives have argued that the media is hopelessly biased against conservative politicians and conservative ideas. In their attempts to counter what they see as a liberal bias, conservatives build an alternative media system all their own.
Yeah.
A few newspapers and magazines, but more importantly, talk radio and Fox News that could deliver the news in a way they found more amenable. If you're part of the audience of those outlets, you hear the daily basis of that everything the mainstream media tells you is a lie, that you can only trust the conservative media.
And those outlets are also lying about a lot of shit.
Yes.
They say that the media has a liberal bias. The media doesn't, well, I guess I shouldn't say that the media doesn't necessarily have a liberal bias. The media has a bias toward telling the facts most of the time.
Yeah.
And if those facts,
or at least trying to,
and if those facts don't happen to align with the Republican narrative, then that's just that the Republican narrative is fucking wrong.
And I think when the poll came out, like Fox News was rated at like 12% reliability, like with truth telling, like 12% of what they say is true.
As far as the facts they're reporting.
As far as the facts they're reporting. Where even though, like, I think CNN had like one of the highest at like 30%, which is more than double, but still it's like 30% still pretty bad, and that's like the best they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still have an issue with creating a pander network just to continue your dogma.
To promote a false narrative.
And then have them buy National Geographic, those fucks.
The idea running through the conservative media's discussion of every issue, foreign and domestic, the media is trying to keep the truth from you, as Rush Limbaugh once told his audience when discussing climate science. Quote, if you know what's good for you, if you know that they're leftists, you won't believe anything they say anytime, anywhere about anything. So we have now the four corners of deceit and the two universes in which we live. The universe of lies, the universe of reality, and the four corners of deceit, government, academia, science, and media. Those institutions are now corrupt and exist by virtue of deceit, close quote. So when your position has two of the four corners being academia and science as enemies, you're fucking wrong, dude.
The people who are trying to learn and explore and figure out what the truth is.
Right, and remove biases.
We just need to be like Chris Christie. I just trust my gut on global warming. I just trust my gut. I trust my gut over the scientists.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and so you can get voted in.
So's your Taylor.
Next day 9/11 happens. Nice.
And it's a pretty big gut.
Anyway, it goes on for a few more things, but it concludes with saying that, but Trump is demonstrating the press's ability to punish a candidate for lying depends in no small part on his willingness to accept that he's wrong and take the punishment. If he refuses to do so and finds himself rewarded by his supporters for it, then the press doesn't have any options left. And I fear this sets a bad precedent for other politicians who look at that and say, well, fuck, I'm sick of admitting that I'm wrong when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know, Carly Fiorina's been doing. I mean, it's a trend I really dislike.
I'll respect the politician even more if they can come out and say, hey, I apologize. Last week I had said these things. I was incorrect.
Sure.
These are the real numbers. I apologize.
Sure. But
that shows way more character.
But you're not supporting Trump.
No.
And so,
because he won't do that.
But his supporters don't want him to do that.
Yeah.
They support him when he says, no, fuck you.
Well, he's sticking to his guns. He's sticking to them guns he's got.
Right. So he has absolutely no incentive to admit that he's wrong.
Yeah.
And so far they're going to say, yeah, well, we'll still vote for you for president.
Just on my side, I would have more respect for the man to be like, hey, I apologize. I was wrong.
And that's why you're a liberal.
Because you're willing to acknowledge that the facts need to comport with reality,
and because you're smarter,
or the things that you say or that somebody else says need to comport with reality.
And then you also got like on the subject of the Paris attacks, they're criticizing the president, like why the president needs to come out and call it what it is. It's terrorism. It's Islamic terrorists. It's Islamic terrorists.
Oh yeah.
And then people come out and start talking about Planned Parenthood.
I actually agree with that.
Well, yeah, but they talk about Planned Parenthood. And they're like, well, that was not a terrorist attack. Yeah, that was just a crazy guy.
That was mental illness.
That was just a crazy, crazy guy.
Yeah.
That was nothing to do with terrorism.
And we can't let homeless and displaced men, women, and children from Syria into the country because they may become terrorists.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or like in Texas, there was I don't remember. Did we talk about it last week?
I saw some fucking asshole make a post that, well, let's say you have a bowl of M&Ms and you know that one of the M&Ms in there is poison. Would you eat that bowl of M&Ms? Would you let that into your house?
Would you risk taking a handful out of that bowl?
No, but I'd grab my poison detector and find that poisonous one and enjoy all the others.
Which is completely ignoring the fact that the bag of M&Ms he's already got in his fucking house could have poison in it.
It's a terrible analogy altogether. I mean,
the bag of M&Ms in his house is full of poison.
We the whole see domestic terror. We have more domestic terrorism attacks here than we have from anybody outside the country. Any immigrant that has ever come here.
I am more worried about our own citizens versus people that want to come to this country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People who want to come to this country want to come here generally because they want somewhere safe. They want the freedoms that we have. They want the lifestyle that they could have here versus where they are now, or they just are looking for a home, like a lot of the Syrian refugees.
Well, in Paris, there's something like 800,000 Muslims that live in France. What? 7 attacks. Now the entire fucking Muslim community is now like banned.
Yeah. France doesn't fuck around with that stuff.
No, but they haven't.
But how many Christians have done attacks in this country? And
yeah, I mean, tons.
Yeah,
tons. I actually got blocked on Facebook for the first time over a post about the Syrian refugees, and what I said was I was going to print it and bring it, and I forgot. What I said was so mundane and mild. I was actually shocked because the post was one of. I'm sure you've seen it. Is that Civil War one where it's like, when we got in a civil war, our boys stayed and fought. They didn't run away to another country. And then some guy posted underneath that and he's like, I'm usually a liberal progressive, but in this case I have to agree with you and blah, all this shit. And I'm just like, and I was looking at, I didn't even respond to the guy who replied to the post initially. I just posted to the initial post and I said, I'm not totally sure that there's enough information here to reach the conclusion that you did because there's so much more involved in the Syrian situation than there was in our civil war.
Yeah, but
there's so many other things. So so that's what I said.
Yeah.
And the guy who wrote his first response wrote replying to me and he's like, well, yeah, I've got ancestors that have fought in every war going back to the 1600s. And
Good for you!
And I'm like, hey, same here, buddy. Same here. That has nothing to do with it. And he's like, so I'm afraid, pardon me, but I'll have to block you now. And
so
I'm like, what the fuck,
is he honestly saying that
and
nobody
nothing of value was lost?
During the Civil War, nobody that might have lived in Kentucky might not have fled to, say, like New York or Wisconsin.
Of course.
Where if they're fleeing from Syria to Germany, it's basically the same fucking distance.
Yeah, except for Syria is better than Kentucky.
Yeah, and that there were no there were no Civil War refugees at all. That were in the South going to the North or vice versa. I mean,
it was all over the place. And like, oh, I'm sorry if during the Civil War we didn't have fucking B-52s leveling the fucking state.
Yeah.
Well, it's the lack of critical thought in a lot of these things.
I know. Well,
really
and of course he brought up the freedom of speech and entitled to their own opinions. And I said, well, obviously not, dude, because you're willing to block me over a pretty mundane thing. So, I mean, everyone's entitled to your opinion or else, But I don't think he saw that because he blocked me.
Yeah.
I got blocked. I got post-blocked.
But I think it's stupid. I mean, a lot of people are worried about these people coming into our country.
Comparison.
When I think they said that, like, a fast track is 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's if you're doing good.
Yeah,
it takes you 2 years.
That's setting up the super long con, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you want to spend 2 years in the immigration process just to attack us,
yeah,
that's crazy talk.
Right. Well, then again, they did wait 10 years for the second 9/11.
Huh?
Those people that were like training in the pilot schools and stuff were in the country for about 10 years, like living in Florida and stuff, going through pilot school and getting trained. Then they hijacked the plane and flew it into the towers.
I don't know what their timeline was on anything.
I think it said that a majority of them were in the country for 10 years before they...
Were they radicalized for all those 10 years?
No, they said before they were radicalized before. That's why they came here, so they can get training. And
they couldn't get training anywhere else?
Well, they went through our pilot schools.
Well, I know. It just seems that 10 years to do that and coming here in order to do that,
that's a crazy...
That doesn't really seem...
Bin Laden had his guys fucking, like, locked down. Yeah. Like, they were like good trained guard dogs. Since Bin Laden's gone, they're just fucking itching to pull the trigger.
That just doesn't make any sense to me.
That's, from what I read, they said a lot of those guys were in the country for 10 years and they had
Was
already...
this on Fox News?
No.
Newsnet Daily?
No, because the one that went through the pilot training school in Florida had been there for 10 years.
I think I vaguely remember something about that, but I'm going to take the very, very, very rare situation of reluctant to say anything since I don't know enough.
Yeah, I just don't know either. It doesn't sound...
I'm not going with all of them were here that long.
Yeah.
I just heard the way I heard it laid out was that when they had the first attack in 94 that was unsuccessful, they had already had guys in place to do a second attack in case that one wasn't successful.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Bleh, sure. But, yeah, anyway.
Semantics.
Well, semantics are important sometimes. Yeah. I just don't know what the fuck. What?
So, I don't know sign language.
Do you want to go? Do you want me?
I was just waving my arms. I don't know.
Like, maybe, dude. Like, hang 10.
This is my hand shrug.
Well, are we going to talk about him? Did the shooter at Planned Parenthood at all?
Guy in a red.
Oh no, let's talk about him. He's better. We can talk. Well, the shooter there was crazy.
Yeah, let's just do a brief on the.
I would say
I've got like 10 fucking pages right.
I would
here,
classify him as a terrorist.
Yeah, I mean he
did it for a political purpose.
He's got a long and unstable history of mental illness, and
he should have never owned a gun.
Well, I agree. Yeah, lots of failed relationships. His
wife said he was an anti or a crazy right wing Christian that believed he could do anything because God would forgive him.
He was a extreme misanthrope.
Did you guys see that stupid turd on our Facebook page? Some woman came out there and said, like, he's not even really a Christian.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
it's like,
the note.
Are you?
Yeah, of course.
Are you what?
She hails from your home state. I figured.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I didn't even look where she was from. I just saw. I'm like, I'll wait for Dan to respond to this.
He's
way more eloquent than I am.
I figured it had to have been that she saw one of your relatives liking the post or something.
Yeah, I didn't even look at her profile to see if I might have any friends in common with her, but I didn't even know that she was from Wisconsin.
I don't know. Let's see what he says about that. You know, he posted typically in all caps, which right there means he's Christian.
All caps and exclamation points.
Yes,
and
but here are some of his quotes from websites where he posted: "Turn to Jesus or burn in hell." Okay, that sounds pretty fucking Christian to me.
Yeah.
"Wake up, sinners! You can't save yourself. You will die, and worms shall eat your flesh. Now your souls is going somewhere."
Is going.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing about Christians that you'll notice on Facebook is that they use the word wow a lot.
Wow.
So this person, Joan E. Melchior.
We'll say your name. It's public.
Sure. So she comments and she says, "And you all believe Robert Deere was a Christian? Wow. And you believe his claim to the crimes? Wow."
Yeah, I had to read that second sentence like quite a few times. And you believe his claim
for the crimes. Yeah.
Yes,
You're stupid, Joan.
Shouldn't it say, "And you believe his claims"?
Yes, I do, because that's what he said he was doing it for.
Yeah. The baby parts.
Sorry you don't want to own it, but honestly, I see very little difference between him and a jihadist.
Well, and he had crosses hung all over his fucking shack.
He had crosses painted on his trailer.
Yeah.
And
clearly he's a Muslim.
The first guy, I can't remember what the guy's name was that put the videos out there that was part of the group. He's the one who put the videos out with the baby part story. Carly Fiorina pushed the story ahead, and this guy went and killed because of that shit being fucking pushed in the media.
Yeah, he also praised other abortion attackers as doing God's work and heroes.
Yeah. David
Daleiden.
Daleiden?
Whatever the fuck his name is. The guy who made the videos.
Yes.
So I posted a reply and just said, "Are you saying you don't believe he is a Christian? And that one of the possible motives for his crimes are the edited videos?" And of course, she hasn't replied.
No reply.
No, of course.
It was a run by stupiding.
You should have tagged her in it so all of her friends could see it on her Facebook and see how many other people get involved in the comments. Then we could have fun.
Yeah, it's funny how people take the sort of socially acceptable view of Christianity without reading the text, without knowing what's really in there,
Or maybe this lady also finally saw more news articles come out and it's kind of like, oh shit.
I doubt it. I
can't respond because they might be right.
I can't imagine she wouldn't have just deleted her comment then.
Yeah. No.
Most people don't know they can do that, I think.
She's clearly a middle-aged woman. She's aware of what's out there, what people are claiming.
I think she's beyond middle-aged.
Yeah, maybe so. But in any case, she hasn't changed her mind yet, so I don't think she's looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't really care what the truth is.
No,
people just get butthurt and like, oh, it's not Christians don't do that. It's like, oh, no true Scotsman fallacy?
I had a good little exchange with another Christian online. I think it ended yesterday. We were posting comments back and forth, and one of my friends had posted the Epicurus quote about, is God all powerful but won't stop evil, all that. And this crazy Christian person. The one other thing that you'll notice a lot of the time about Christian accounts is it's two names in their last name. Like it's Mark and Diane Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Because my husband's going to cheat on me if he has his own Facebook, so I won't let him have it.
And he won't let me have my own because he's afraid of the same thing.
Because we cheat. And
So-
God forgives.
But so they had come and they're like, "Oh, I just think it's a question of free will, and free will's here, and blah blah blah." And so I commented and said, "Well, okay, well, how does that make things any better?" And basically, we had this little back and forth, and I was very just calm and exercising logic and reason and
being a good atheist.
They were being very condescending and whatever through all their comments, and I wasn't. And finally they made a comment of, okay, well, I'm just glad that, we can both respect each other's beliefs and that you're being so gracious and kind in your communications with me. And most other people on the internet aren't like that. And so then my next comment was, of course, picking apart their previous comment. And then I get to the part where they're thanking me for being so civil in speaking with them and that we can both just respect each other's beliefs. And I'm like, I'm sorry that I have, misled you to make you think that I respect your beliefs, because I don't at all. I don't respect your religious beliefs at all. I respect your right to have them, but I don't respect them at all. I think they're a detriment to society and aren't based on any facts or reason.
Right. Nice.
And then I made a few other comments, and then that ended the conversation. I was like, drop the mic.
Awesome.
I'm like, I can, oh, that was the other part of my comment was just, I can have a conversation with somebody without resorting to name calling and mudslinging. I don't think that's very productive if you're actually looking to have a conversation or learn anything. And I said, I did the same thing I do everywhere else and say, repeat Matt Dillahunty and say, I want to believe as many true things as possible, as few false things as possible. And I want to know when I'm wrong. And if you don't, then fine. But I think that's a shitty way to go through living your life.
Yeah.
I seen another comment thread that you were talking in maybe today or yesterday. And you did exactly what I want to do to everyone on fucking Facebook. When they have a question like, oh, well, how do you know? You're like, just fucking, there's a thing called Google.
Oh, that was today.
Yeah.
That's today. I'm like, I want to do that to everybody. Like, dude.
I'm not here to teach you
There's a
that.
thing
Google
called
that shit on your own.
Google.
Yeah, exactly.
It can answer a lot of questions.
Yeah. Well, and a large part of it is like, dude, I don't have the time or the patience to give you a fucking remedial science course.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you were too fucking stupid to pay attention when you were in elementary school.
Or
But this is shit you should already fucking
Or
know.
teach you like junior high civics. Like this is
or that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have time to do that. If you're ignorant about it, then go fucking learn about it. I'm not gonna. This isn't school.
Or the fact that
teach you these.
basically all known knowledge at this point in time is available at your fucking fingertips.
Yeah. Yeah. Ignorance is a choice.
Like we can discuss opinions, but when it's clear that your opinion is wrong and it's wrong because it's based on something you know nothing about, you've just said something that you don't know anything about. I'm not here to fucking teach you about that. There's the whole wide world of the internet out there for you.
Yeah. You don't get to force your way to the grown-ups table.
Yeah.
Go read.
Yeah.
And you can't compel me to teach you something that I don't have to fucking do. Like,
Yeah.
that's not my job.
Yeah. No, go fuck off.
But I liked how the guy attacked you and he's like, oh, fucking, I see how it's going. Just unintelligent, like, attack. And it's like, no, dude. I was on your side the whole time. I'm like, Google it. Look it up.
Just fucking
look it.
Why are you asking
up.
me? You've obviously typed the wrong URL. You're looking for Google, not Facebook.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is like when you get into a sticky situation on social media, you should have a Google window fucking open, dude.
To back
you
up your
should have
information.
that shit open because
Like, oh,
that happens to me too.
Here's where I can
sometimes
cite
I'm
my
like-
information. Go, if you don't believe this, boom, here's the info.
Because
Look at it
other
yourself.
people know stuff I don't know.
Yeah.
And they throw shit out there and I'm like, fuck, god damn it. I got to figure out what that is and how I feel about that,
I will oftentimes Google before I respond because I'm like, I want to make sure I'm on the right page here. Google, I'm like, oh, wait, I am wrong. I'm not even going to respond.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, if you're in Thailand in a kickboxing tournament and someone just whoops your ass, you don't turn around and be like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Because I want to do that to you too next round. So I'm just, will you show me? No, I fucking won't.
I'm not your fucking
Dude,
trainer.
Don't fucking learn it.
God, it's so stupid. Why would they even think that was...
Well, and I think way too many people enter into conversations seeking to win, right? My goal isn't to win in a conversation.
It's to educate.
I want to make, well, not even to educate. I mean, if I'm ignorant about something, I want to know.
Yeah.
My goal is to know why somebody thinks something, because I want to make sure that my beliefs are correct. You know, if they're not, then I want to fix them. And if they can show me that they're wrong, fuck, I love them for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've learned something. You've taught me something. You've corrected something.
If they can show you that they're wrong?
No, that I'm wrong.
Oh.
You know, I'm
I was
not
like, yeah, that is awesome.
I'm no longer walking around thinking or doing something wrong. And I'm not telling other people something that is wrong. You've helped me. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's the adversarial, I'm going to come in here and win and teach you how smart I am. Okay, great. Not everybody knows everything about everything. There's a whole fucking library full of shit that I don't know.
Yeah.
And if you can tell me that I'm wrong about something and show me why, I would appreciate that a lot.
Like someone corrected me on the Twitters about something I had said offhand, and I think even when I said, I'm like, I'm not 100% on this, but I think this is about suppressors in Europe. And I guess I said required. And apparently it's not required. It's highly encouraged.
Oh, yeah?
But the guy said, well, you said required. I'm like, well, I was wrong. I looked it up. Here it is in like Scandinavia and Germany and in this country. It is highly encouraged that you go and buy this device over the counter to help save your hearing. Where in the U.S., if you want one of these devices, you have to go through an FBI background check and pay $1,000.
Yeah.
Where in Europe, you just go to the counter and get one.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add.
Living in the U.S., I figured it would be the same everywhere because it's never something that I've looked into. But
well, I mean, all it does is make the gun not as loud.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It lessens the recoil.
Yeah.
That's all it does. You can still hear it. It's not like the movies where it's fucking silent.
That's not all it does.
Yeah.
No, it makes my sneak attacks on Fallout 4 way better.
Yeah, see, on Fallout 4 is a video game.
No.
Where it's like, you shoot it and the guy next to you and the game doesn't hear it.
Liar.
Where in real life it's like, oh, I just heard you shoot that gun.
You haven't seen how awesome my fucking base is.
Are you on PS4?
Of course.
Let me know. I'll fucking attack it.
Your base?
Oh, yeah.
All your base are belong to us.
I'd be attacking bases like a mofo at 1 a.m. with some fucking whiskey in my belly.
Yeah.
Attacking bases like a mofo.
I'm either like, hell, I'm gonna go in this base and I'm gonna steal every one of his motherfucking guys and all of his fucking supplies and I'm taking them all.
Oh my god!
Or I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna go into that guy's base and I'm gonna slaughter every motherfucker there and then win.
I'm gonna make the world's greatest meme ever that I can only show you guys later.
I'm excited. While you're doing that, I'm going to do this. What? This comes from Reuters. U.S. said on Tuesday it will be deploying an elite new force of special operations troops to Iraq to conduct raids, free hostages, capture Islamic State leaders, and carry out, quote, unilateral operations in neighboring Syria. Oh, goody.
Yeah, we put boots on the ground in Syria.
Yep.
50.
Well, they're upping it to 200 from last I heard.
Yeah. Defense Secretary Ash Carter offered a few details. What are we, Canada? 50?
That's 350s more.
Well, Defense Secretary
these are the
Ash
special
Carter
forces.
offered few details on the new expeditionary group. It's separate from a previously announced deployment of up to 50 U.S. Special Operations troops in Syria to coordinate on the ground with U.S.-backed rebels fighting in the civil war raging since 2011, it says, but I would argue 2001 or 2. The Pentagon chief said that the new deployment of the Specialized Expeditionary Targeting Force, whatever that means,
they go in and lays targets.
Was being carried out in coordination with the government of Iraq and would aid Iraqi government security forces and Kurdish Peshmerga forces. Peshmerga. I cannot say that word.
Peshmerga.
I think the guys are basically putting in there our special forces guys that basically go in, get eyes on a target, go, yep, there's bad guys there. Here's the coordinates. Drop some fucking bombs.
So we're sending a SWAT team.
Peshmerga. You sound You sound like Tracy on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
She got hammered.
Did you go all Russian? Like, I don't understand all words you're saying.
She got hammered. And we went down after everybody left, and we were still drinking, and we started watching TV, and it was time for bed. And I'm like, "Hey, come on, let's go to bed." or no, I said, should we watch another show? And she's like, no, I'm sleepy. And she's just totally slurring her words. I can't remember all of what she said, but the last part was, if I were in bed right now, if I were in bed, be sleep right now. If I were in bed, be sleep right now.
Awesome.
It was pretty good.
We're fighting a campaign across Iraq and Syria, so we're going to know where the enemy is, and we're going to conduct operations where they most effectively degrade the capabilities of the enemy, said Marine Corps General Joseph Dunford. Along with other coalition, all the coalition members must do more, cited gaps along the Turkish-Syrian border that the Islamic State uses to smuggle goods and fighters to and from the battlefield. I happen to think those gaps could even be intentional.
Well, I think with closing off gaps, that kind of goes with the isolation thing. If you can cut off,
yeah, but I think Turkey's
the arteries.
I think Turkey's not too interested in cutting off ISIS's supply lines.
I don't know.
There's a reason I think that.
Well, I can get your reasoning.
Okay, I haven't said it yet, but
but I can get reasoning for it with the current events that have happened in the area.
Yeah.
I was typing, all I heard was closing off gaps, and I was thinking of chastity belts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Well, we are talking about Muslim countries.
I did see a new way to break open master locks, though, so I think I'm in like Flynn.
Yeah, if you need a bolt cutter for your bride, you should probably move to a different fucking region. Turkey must do more to control its often porous border, Carter said. Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states joined the air campaign in the early days, but have since been preoccupied by the conflict in Yemen. And I think that's bullshit, too. They're preoccupied with domestic beheadings and quietly supporting ISIS. They don't give a shit about the fucking conflict.
Yeah.
Their border is pretty mountainous, too, which does make it a little more difficult to secure.
Yeah. There was a response, though, from Iraq about the new pledge of elite troops, which for some reason we broadcasted on all the major worldwide networks. Yeah. In Baghdad, powerful Iraqi Shia Muslim armed groups on Tuesday rejected and pledged to fight any deployment of U.S. forces to the country after the United States said it was sending an elite special operations unit. They said, quote, "We will chase and fight any American force deployed in Iraq," said Jafar Husseini, a spokesman for one of the groups, Kataib Hezbollah. Any such American force will become a primary target for our group. We fought them before, and we're ready to resume fighting. So that sounds perfect, and so much for covert ops. Spokesman for the Iranian-backed Badr organization and Asib al-Haq made similar statements to Reuters, expressing their distrust of American forces after the 2003 U.S.-led invasion that toppled Saddam and the subsequent occupation. Thanks, Obama. Yes.
You break it, you buy it. We've really fucked things up over there.
Yeah.
I mean, we should stick around.
and over here too.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we followed the mantra of leave it better than we found it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we left it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Treat it like how we do our national parks.
I mean, before we went in there,
leave it worse.
They did have electricity, running water, some sort of a not really a big free market, but they had a little bit of a free market going on. You could buy and sell and trade goods, and you could farm lands and sell your products. And now you can't.
Besides this being the longest war we've ever been in, I mean, probably because it's the longest. I mean, and the least productive. What have we accomplished in all of the years that we've been over there?
Well, and the whole thing is, it's all
aside from making things more unstable. What have we fucking accomplished?
There? Accomplished nothing. I mean, we destabilized the whole region and other parts of the world as well. But
and what do we hope to do now?
It's all dependency on oil. It's fucking big business oilmen in politics.
That can't be all of it. I mean, surely that's part of it.
But why would we be there if there wasn't? Why would we have gone in the first place if we are so dependent on oil?
Destroying every fucking oil refinery we can right now.
Would we be going to war over solar rays and wind? No.
Solar roadways.
Solar freaking roadways.
Solar fucking roadways. I so want Tron. I'm sorry. It would just be badass. I would drive all the time at night. I would never drive during the day anymore. It'd only be at night that I would drive because I'd be like, Tron.
You have nothing to be sorry about.
Tron car.
No, I don't. We've been over there for so fucking long, and we've done what? I mean, what have we accomplished?
Yeah, nothing.
Little.
I mean, is anybody better off now?
I think all the aid that we try to do to be.
And I'm honestly asking, because
hasn't worked.
I mean, it is a bit rhetorical because, I mean, dude, my Fallout 4 base is more secure than that country.
Well, it is a video fucking game. And your Fallout 4 base is in the middle of a fucking ocean.
No, it isn't. I don't have the castle base.
Yours is in.
I rejected that shit.
Oh, mine's in the ocean.
I don't have a base at all. I've been killing zombies.
Dude, I saw a meme the other day, which you and 3 of our listeners will get.
Oh.
It said, I've been playing Fallout 4 for 25 hours. Haven't left Sanctuary. I was like, nice.
Oh, it's not Fallout where I got. No, I'm not playing Fallout Online.
You don't even know what game you're playing.
I know. When you said,
do you even game, bro?
That's why I paused when you were like, tell me your shit. I'll fucking invade your base right now. I'm like, I don't think you can do that.
No, it's because I only just started playing Fallout. I was thinking of because on Metal Gear, you have your base which you can attack other people's bases.
On Metal.
Yeah, that's the game I was thinking of attacking bases.
On Metal Gear, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but my Fallout base would kick my Metal Gear base ass.
Yeah, my Fallout game has just started, so I don't have a base built yet.
Well, then re-listen to this episode after you get 25 hours in, and you'll think that meme is hilarious.
Okay.
I've heard there's a lot of exposition and just bullshit.
It's it's awesome, not bullshit.
I'm
build
only
your own base, man.
I'm only in Diamond City right now.
Oh, you're past Sanctuary.
I blew
You didn't even stop. You just went right to the Red Rocket Inn and then on. You beat the Deathclaw and you were on to.
Oh yeah, I beat the Deathclaw.
Yeah, and then you were on to Diamond City.
I beat him in like hour 2.
You went past Dog Dick Inn.
Yes. Yeah. AKA the pink crayon.
All I know is I got to the giant rock. I got to the Rocket gas station. And it said something about there's like an underground vault, and I fucking looked around for a while I couldn't fucking find where there's like an underground like the moles kept popping
cave.
up and shit, and I'm like, where the fuck is this hidden place with all this shit in it in your note?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You just have to go out. You go out the back door of the Red Rocket, and then
there's like a hedgerow like right there.
Yeah, so you got to go just around that, and then it starts to dip down and go towards another house in a development. And then if you go down that little embankment and turn right around, there's a small cave opening, and it open. You can go in there and it opens wide up.
Okay.
There's a bunch of more mole rats in there too, but there's a bunch of items too. So it's
that's what I'm like. There's got to be a whole bunch of shitload of good shit in there.
Yeah,
I want to get myself some good shit.
Yeah, there's a bunch of glowing mushrooms and brain and brain fungus.
It helps out. It gives you some rad though.
Yeah, it does give you rads, but it's 10 HP.
I'm excited. Thanks for tuning in to Game Time.
That's the only thing I really nerd out about on this show.
I don't game that often, but when I do, it's good games.
Yeah.
You guys talk about techie stuff once in a while.
Yeah.
All right. Back to news. Do you have
what now?
Hit?
What now? Next story.
A story instead of just.
Are we gonna take a commercial break anytime soon? We're approaching 1 hour in. I think we're approaching an hour.
We do have a commercial drop.
Our times are all off because we just pre-record everything and everything's like whacked out.
We'll do that now.
Hey everybody, this is X.
And I'm Kyle.
And I'm Felicia. We're the Utah Outcasts.
3 out, unashamed, and active atheists living in Utah.
And we are personally inviting you to let us love your ears each and every week.
As we take the news, current events, and pop culture and give it a little twist.
A love twist, with consent.
And we'll be joined each week by a special guest to tell us what makes them an outcast like us.
Come find us.
The Utah Outcasts.
On podhell.com, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play,
Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
And on UtahOutcast.com.
We finally bought that domain off the kids handing out mixtapes in the mall.
Come be an outcast with us.
Take care of yourselves out there.
Bonne nuit.
And you're welcome.
You can just do whatever you want with the camera.
Pretty much.
Well, we're back.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
So we talked a little bit before the break about the Planned Parenthood shooting and Robert Deere. And shortly after that, it came to light that Josh Fierstein had made this video. You know Josh Fierstein?
Yeah.
He's the fat fucking prick in the red hat.
doesn't know how to turn his phone sideways.
Yeah,
to take a video.
The guy who got all the donations to buy a fucking $10,000 Red Epic camera.
20.
And
all
still,
built up.
And still fucking uses his goddamn cell phone.
Was $20,000 how much he ended up getting?
Yeah.
Because the camera doesn't cost that much.
He got $20,000 and spent absolutely none of it on any of the things.
No,
he said
he still uses a cell phone.
Yeah.
But
and records fucking vertical videos.
You can't
turn your fucking phone, people.
You can't blame him for taking the money and not spending it where he said he would. He's a pastor.
True.
It's what he does.
That might be Pope news later too, if we get to it. But so anyway, Josh Fierstein, it came to light that he had made this video basically telling people that they need to make Planned Parenthood and abortion doctors fear for their lives.
As if they don't already.
Right.
Yeah. So this comes from Hemant Mehta's blog.
Well, and then he hurried and pulled his video too.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Like, not that long after.
As if that will make it go away from the internet somehow.
Oh, I didn't know he pulled it.
He pulled it, and he is now trying to say that the video people are showing is heavily edited, and it's like, no, dude.
Oh, brother.
These are your words in context. Here's the full fucking video.
It's not a Planned Parenthood video. You made a 40-second clip.
Yeah, dude. You were one of the biggest proponents of buying into the fucking video and not accepting that it was edited.
He doesn't.
Now you want the same shit. Fuck
he doesn't
you,
even know
dude.
how to edit.
Yeah, now he's saying that, it's just heavily edited. That's not what I meant or said.
Yeah.
So anyway, the story says that it was only a matter of time before a video like this came to light. Joshua Fierstein, who gained
he has the most Jewy name for a freaking Christian pastor.
who gained notoriety this month for complaining about Starbucks' red cups.
He is.
Apparently once encouraged his followers to go after doctors who provide abortion services. To be clear, this video was made long before this weekend. It appears to have been posted about 2 weeks after the first Planned Parenthood video came out this summer. Referring, of course, to the highly edited Planned Parenthood videos where talking about where they're trying to make it sound like Planned Parenthood is selling baby parts.
Where they took a 3-hour video and turned it into a 10-minute video.
Yeah. Still, what Fierstein says is appalling, and it's nowhere to be found in his own social media accounts as far as I can tell. As I said, he's taken it down. It wouldn't be the first time he's deleted a video that spurred backlash from even his own followers. Let's hear what Fat Guy in a Red Hat has to say, though in this one he seems to be...
Fat guy in a red shirt.
Fat guy laying down in bed.
Yeah.
Fat guy in a little church.
Little church! Planned Parenthood has hunted down millions and millions of little innocent babies, stuck a knife
Hunted
into
them
them.
Hunted them down.
Hunted down babies.
They got their hunting permits and they went baby killing.
Jesus
God damn it.
Christ.
Planned Parenthood has hunted them down.
I know. And
they've gone out, I'm hunting babies.
I got me a fetus ticket.
Millions and millions
look like
of
Elmer
babies.
Fudd. but he's got a Rush Limbaugh with a cold voice.
I shall
Down millions and millions of babies.
I shall save every sperm.
Millions and millions of babies.
Stuck a knife into the uterus, cut them, pulled them out, crushed their skull with forceps, ripped their body apart, sold their tissue, and threw them bleeding into a trash bin.
That's what he really thinks fucking happens.
Yep.
They didn't sell a tissue. It was donated for scientific research, which even Ben Carson did.
Even if we're not talking about the tissue, that's how he thinks abortions happen.
Yep. That's what he thinks.
Doctors just jab a knife up in there, wiggle it around, and then scoop out the baby parts and throw it bleeding into a trash can.
That is what we would refer to as a back alley abortion.
Because you need hours and hours of training for that versus the years.
They no longer use coat hangers.
It's like this is like if fucking Randy the Macho Man Savage was an OBGYN.
Crush their skulls with forceps.
Well, they will crush their skulls with forceps.
Sure. Okay.
When it's in the inside, like
to get them out,
break it up and pull it. But it
that's
doesn't,
very, very late then.
Yeah, very late.
If they're doing that second term or before, there's no need to do that.
That's
at
usually.
all.
I think when I actually looked it up when they say what the process they do, and if it's like 16 weeks or later, a lot of times they might have to dilate and actually do the break it up to pull it out.
If it's anyway,
I say tonight we punish Planned Parenthood. I think it's time
tonight. Tonight, we punish Planned Parenthood.
I think it's time that abortion doctors should have to run and hide and be afraid for their life.
He says as he slips into a food coma.
Yeah, and doesn't go out tonight to break any baby's skulls.
That sounds like he was trying to incite violence.
Definitely. So
yeah,
the story,
I would say that's borderline terrorist talk.
Yeah, so Hammond's story continues and says he didn't get more specific than that in the clip, but the message is loud and clear. Making this even more frightening is the fact that Fierstein has posted videos before in which he brandishes a gun and urges his followers to make sure they know how to use their own. This sort of extremist rhetoric is nothing new to people who have watched him for a long time. It's irrelevant when this video was created. You still have a conservative Christian sending a message to his mob that they should punish doctors providing an important and legal service
legal
for women to the point where they're running for their lives. After this weekend, they have enough to worry about. Talking about the shootings at Planned Parenthood and things.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have to fear for their safety because a supposed pro-lifer told his army to go after them.
A pro-birther.
There's an update.
Which, by the way, is illegal.
What is?
Pursuing abortion doctors to make them fear for their lives is illegal.
Yes.
I would call that headhunting.
Yes.
Yeah. Hunt down millions and millions of doctors.
There's an update that Fierstein has responded to the video below. I haven't seen this.
I haven't seen it either.
I wonder what he has to say.
Hey guys, what's up? Josh Fierstein here. You know, I normally don't even take time to address what haters say about me, but I thought that this would give me an opportunity to actually prove a very powerful...
I don't address it. I just delete the fucking video.
Yeah.
Right.
And talk about it all the time.
You know, there's a highly edited video, totally taken out of context. It's
Bullshit.
going around about me saying that I encourage violence
liar.
because I'm pro-life in regards to what just took place at Planned Parenthood. Wrong. Let me first of all say that I'm pro-life, which means I'm pro-all life, human life, period, no matter who it is.
So you didn't say...
What about those abortion doctors?
That you want them to fear for their life as if fearing for their life means...
I want them to live a very long life.
I didn't say I wanted them to take their lives.
Want them
I
to
just
live
want them to be afraid of
very,
it.
very long life, continuing to do the work that they're doing, the legal work that they're doing, but be fucking terrified all the time that one of you people may show up and kill them.
Maybe it was edited. Instead of saying fear, it said cuddled.
That's what it was.
He originally said
they should
all
cuddle
abortion
for
doctors
their life.
to be cuddled.
Yeah, they should be cuddled for their life.
For life.
For their life, yes.
Yeah, not feared.
I'm sure it was.
That might have been the misunderstanding.
But again, not his fault for lying. He's a pastor.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Lying for Jesus.
And stealing
But let
money.
me say this. You know, the video, before it was edited, actually pointed out the irony of how Cecil the lion, you guys remember the lion that was shot by the dentist? Remember how people were calling for his death? They were calling for him to be executed over a lion. The man was hiding in fear of his life. And I simply pointed out the irony. The irony that abortion doctors, such as those at Planned Parenthood, they don't go to work in fear for their life.
And clearly, if you want your quote to be taken in context and say that the video was edited, the first thing you should do is delete your fucking video.
Yeah.
So that nobody can look at the actual video that you had posted and go, yeah, clearly there's a difference here. No, he fucking deleted it because now he's fucking lying about it.
Well, wait, here's the second thing, though, that you should do if you're going to say that your video was edited out of context.
Show the full video.
Not make a reference to your original post with the exact words you used in that video like he just did. Yeah. When he said, now they should be fearing for their life. That's what you said you didn't say. And you just said you said it.
and
you fucking idiot.
The whole Cecil the Lion thing, that guy traveled to a foreign country and killed an endangered species on a fucking animal sanctuary.
Well, and here's the difference, though. The death threats that he was receiving were people, which I don't agree with, but there were people that were responding to his actions and they were messaging him on Facebook. They weren't making videos as far as I know. Maybe they were.
There probably were some videos.
Maybe they were. Fine. Fair enough. Then I'll let that point stand. But fact
those
is,
people also don't have 2 million other people who are listening to them.
No.
And yet they're killing little human beings. Now, I need, first of all, for you to decide in your mind whether or not you believe that abortion is murder.
No, I don't.
No. If so, would not logic conclude that we are experiencing mass genocide here in America today?
No,
in fact, greater than the
No, even if we were
he's going to go Godwin.
Even if we were to say that yes, they are human beings that are being murdered, it's still not genocide.
And it's still not greater than the Holocaust, which is
Holocaust proportions. I realize what you say, but Josh, it's legal. The Holocaust was legal in Germany.
Oh, Jesus.
But
in
legal
Germany
doesn't mean right. You see, the problem is that today we have too many people that are silent, and silence equals consent. Now, I realize that it's not politically correct, and I know it's not easy to stand up and speak out at times like this in the face of a culture that believes that abortion is okay, but it takes courage. Unfortunately, a lot of Christians today don't have that courage.
Oh.
They say, but, I just, I just have fear. I'm too afraid to speak out. You see, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to look fear in the face and do what is right. You see, history would tell us that
Hitler history.
Hitler would tell us that history said.
What would I just want to know what Hitler would tell us.
Yeah, I want to know what Hitler history would say.
History would tell us that Hitler was wrong. The people that we call heroes today were the people that were willing to stand up to him, that were willing to be a dissenting voice. I'm asking you, are you willing to be a hero?
Wait,
are you willing to be a voice?
So now, in his revision, he hasn't refuted anything that he said in the original post.
No,
but he's still promoting a call to arms.
He's just justifying it.
He's still a call to arms, and he's trying to
justify it in a bad way.
He's still riling up the base that the government is Hitler or
abortion doctors are Hitler.
Well, but it's legal, is what he was saying, right? Which was legal in Germany. So the government and their laws are Hitler, and it's a call to arms to revolt.
And there's a big difference between a fetus and
heroes.
a full-grown adult.
Yes, there is.
Are you willing to speak out and let people know that you are pro-life?
No, you're
pro-birth.
pro-birth.
For life. I challenge you today, to stand up, to speak out, to be a real Christian.
A real Christian.
Yeah, go kill people that disagree with you.
I'm pro-life.
Apparently, in order to be a real Christian, you have to think that abortion is wrong.
I'm for everything that's living to be allowed to be living.
I believe that that's what it takes. Stand up, speak out against a culture that thinks murder is okay.
It's not.
I challenge you today.
Do you think murder's okay?
Like, comment below if you're not my friend already on Facebook. Click my name at the top of the video. Let's be friends. God bless. Have a beautiful day. Don't believe what they say. Realize that we are pro-life. Whether it's the life of an abortion doctor, whether it's the life of an innocent baby, we believe that ultimately life is found in Jesus Christ, which is exactly who those abortion doctors need a relationship with. God bless. Have a very, very beautiful day.
I have no desire
on here,
to have a relationship with a fucking zombie. No zombie relationships here.
What a fucking...
He didn't repudiate anything that he said.
He didn't repudiate anything he done said.
What?
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
He didn't repudiate anything he done said.
Yeah. I didn't say done said it.
I know. I'm adding for you.
Yeah. Repudiate anything that he said in the original video. In fact, this one might have been worse.
I mean, like you said, he's had videos where he's told, like, hey, I'm going to teach my kid how to shoot a gun. So basically, you can kill you liberal fucking aborting kids, people. I don't know. Maybe not that far. But, he
flashed his gun on the Starbucks video.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's out of his fucking mind.
And that's the other thing I fucking hate. It's like, okay, the government does not deem a place gun-free. The business has every choice to do that. Don't fucking go like, well, fuck this. I ain't going to follow. No, that's that shop's personal fucking choice to say you are not allowed to carry a gun into our store.
Well, we jump from Josh Fierstein encouraging people to make abortion doctors afraid to Adams County State Rep Joanne Winholtz, who's blaming Planned Parenthood for the November 27th shooting at its Colorado Springs clinic. She is one of the few Colorado Republicans to actually issue a statement in the wake of the attack. This comes from Raw Story. Quote, violence is never the answer, but we must start pointing out who is the real culprit. The true instigator of this violence and all violence at any Planned Parenthood facility is Planned Parenthood themselves. Violence begets violence, so Planned Parenthood, all caps, you stop the violence inside your walls.
Wow.
She's blaming the victims here.
Yep.
Most of my friends,
in classic Christian tradition,
and even including my cousin, who I didn't realize had actually helped open that Planned Parenthood store in Colorado, are the most non-violent people I fucking know.
They're trying to help people provide a fucking legal service. What?
As if abortions were the only thing they do anyway.
And that's the thing.
It's fewer than 3% of what they do.
Right.
The woman who was walking out of Planned Parenthood, who was pregnant, who had her boyfriend or husband and whatever it was, that got fucking killed, who was a vet, that told everybody to get down, who had just moments before learned that his fucking girlfriend was pregnant and excited to be having a child. They weren't there to get an abortion. They were there to see if they were pregnant.
Yeah, they went in for a pregnancy test.
Yeah, no desire to abort a child. They went in to see, hey, we think we might be pregnant. Are we having a kid? Dude learns he's having a kid. Then the guy comes and shoots the place up, and that guy was the one that ran in and said, hey, everybody get down. Then he got killed.
Yeah, so that's funny you should mention that. There was a guy in the Atheists of Utah group who posted this to his Facebook timeline. It says, story time, backstory. My wife and I lived in Colorado Springs for almost 2 years. She made some friends and shit. We moved back. Fast forward. So just this evening, she gets all reclusive, and I come into her office, and she's sitting on the floor with her face in her phone. So I asked what was going on, and she starts telling me how her friend and her boyfriend went to Planned Parenthood to get a legit pregnancy test done. Well, they went on an inopportune day, and her boyfriend ended up getting shot and killed because he wanted to make sure other people got out of the door ahead of him.
Yeah.
Moral of the story, it's amazing how close a shooter is, even when they are not so close to home. I don't need any help here, just wanted to share. By the way, she is 6 weeks pregnant, and he had 2 kids already that now don't have a dad.
And the Fox News keeps saying, well, nobody who was at Planned Parenthood got killed. That guy was at Planned Parenthood. That guy was there at Planned Parenthood with his fucking girlfriend to see if she was pregnant, and he was killed.
What do you mean they're saying nobody at Planned Parenthood got killed?
Oh, yeah.
Where do they think the people were?
Well, there was more businesses in the area, and the guy might not have been actually specifically targeting Planned Parenthood, and none of the people that were actually killed had anything to do with Planned Parenthood, so we don't think it had anything to do with Planned Parenthood.
I've not heard any of that.
You didn't hear that fucking rhetoric being put out?
Well, and four of the shooting victims were police officers, right?
One police officer was killed, and I can't remember how many others were wounded or...
I don't have any idea.
I can't remember.
Just a side note, and no, I'm not going to do it. It's just interesting that this guy wasn't killed, even though he already shot at police officers.
Yeah, and killed a police officer.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter.
These officers showed restraint and did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yes, they did.
When dealing with this white man who had just killed people and an officer.
Yeah, right. They did what they were legally supposed to do.
Yeah.
If that guy didn't come out guns blazing, they're not supposed to shoot. So these officers actually did the correct thing, even though deep in their fucking heart at that moment, they want nothing more than to kill that fucker.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think one of the biggest takeaways I have about is the unwillingness people are having to call this guy a terrorist. He's a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
You know, if this would have happened and he would have been anything but white, it would have been immediate.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how many Muslims are labeled terrorists before when they don't even do anything?
Being Muslim.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, we could take the term terrorism. We already find out it has to be like there's a political aim involved, and because they're terrorism, like the thing said.
It certainly qualifies there.
In the Boston bombing, what political entity was bombed? Or political means was there gained from the Boston bombing?
Well, they meant to. I mean, they meant to just scare the shit out of people and kill people,
wreak havoc.
Yeah, was that political?
Sure.
I mean, maybe I'm not as clear cut as this one.
No, that's what I'm going. I'm like, this is more aimed at a organization, specifically an organization, not just to kill people.
Yeah, this is very political.
But this was a guy that was going in to kill specifically,
right? The Tsarnaevs
at Planned Parenthood because of a political agenda that is going on right now.
But the Tsarnaevs are Muslims.
Yes.
And this guy's a
So
Christian.
automatically, without even questioning them,
this guy's not a
they
real.
were
He's
terrorists.
not a true Christian.
It was a terrorist attack right off the bat without even, they didn't even have to question that before they were
Joan
even
Melchior
caught.
says that he's not a Christian.
No, he's not a Christian.
Yeah, but
yeah, of course not. He says he was.
Yeah,
So
if he said he was, I believe him.
And everybody around him said he was obsessed with the Bible and end times and biblical quotes and scriptures.
And like I said earlier, he
He's a
was
fucking
quoted as
Christian.
saying by his ex-wife that he believed he could do anything because God was going to forgive him.
Yes. Yeah, that was the one thing I took away too, that he believed that once he was saved, that it didn't matter what he did after that, as long as he believed he was saved, which actually is very, very Christian.
Oh yeah.
It's just fortunately the majority of Christians don't believe that's the way we should operate.
And it's
but
bullshit.
if you went just by the Bible, it would be that.
Yeah.
I could do whatever the fuck I want. Jesus saved me.
Yep.
So fuck the lady in Colorado.
Fuck her right in her bumhole.
Joanne Windholtz.
Yeah, Joanne Windholtz. It looks like windholes.
Moving on.
Windholtz.
Windholtz. If you run a church in Tennessee, and you find out that one of your youth pastors, raped a 3-year-old little boy, in the bathroom, what do you do?
I'd figure it's par for the course.
Okay.
And I would probably send him to Kentucky.
I was going to say Tennessee.
This isn't a Catholic church. These aren't cardinals.
Are these Baptists?
I don't think it actually says. Oh, it is. It's Baptist.
Okay.
Fellowship Baptist
I just had a
Church.
guess being down south. It was Baptist.
Yeah, it could have been Pentecostal in Tennessee, but
true.
So my first question would be like, is he your nephew or somehow otherwise related? Because if not, then that's just fucked up.
Well, being that the clergy doesn't have to report crimes.
We are talking about the Deep South here.
That's not. I mean, if it's second cousin, it's completely fucking first cousin. It's legal.
So apparently, you, Ryan, kind of fall in line with what this.
I don't
church
rape
in
kids.
No, about what you would do if you found out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I should have let you finish that sentence.
I'm glad I didn't say not boys anyway. Didn't want to divulge that on the air.
I am not a rapist.
I am not a rapist.
I am not a rapist.
So apparently, this story comes to us from Raw Story. Tennessee church hid bathroom rape of 3-year-old, lied to parents, and urged against prosecution.
Oh, well, duh.
A family filed a lawsuit this week against a church in Brentwood, Tennessee for allegedly covering up the rape of their 3-year-old child. The lawsuit was obtained by WTVF. What the very fuck?
God, we are making entirely too many jokes about this.
Indicates that the family left their 3-year-old boy in the care of church's children's ministry on the Sunday of August 24th,
God, if that isn't a fucking
2014.
red flag right there.
Yeah.
The church's children's ministry.
Uh-huh.
When the boy said that he did not want to go back to church the next week, the family discovered that a teenage volunteer had raped the child in one of the church's bathrooms.
Oh, that poor kid, man.
The family explained in the lawsuit that they confronted church leaders who initially claimed that the child was lying about the incident. The church later, quote, urged the family not to pursue criminal charges against the perpetrator, end quote, the lawsuit stated. After the volunteer pleaded guilty to aggravated sexual assault, the lawsuit said that the church, quote, sought to hide the truth about the perpetrator, pedophile, and about the rape of the 3-year-old child from other families.
3 years old.
Not only did they try to hide it from the one family, after it got out, they tried to hide it from everybody.
Of course, because they have to continue to steal their fucking money from them.
they got to collect.
Keep bringing your kids here; they're perfectly safe.
Yeah.
They protect.
We're
the
good.
rapist.
We're good Christians.
I was going to make a really bad joke, but I won't even say it. Maybe I'll say it later off air because it's bad.
Quote: "We want justice for this family." Attorney Catherine Barnett of Morgan & Morgan told WTVF. But we also want to make sure that every child at this church and every church is safe. It's not okay to wait until a child is raped before you start to take youth protection seriously, she added. A Fellowship Baptist Church training video that was created earlier this year explains that the children's ministry has a strict bathroom policy.
Oh, good.
One adult per child.
In all cases, No one should be alone with a child, the video says. 2 adults are required to escort a child to the bathroom.
That's not any better.
Because they still fear that a child will be raped by their fucking people that work there.
Well,
Yeah,
obviously
what if
there
you
was
have
more
2
than
people?
obviously there was more than one person in collusion to keep this a secret in
Yeah,
the
the
first place.
entire church is a problem.
Well, remember, I think it was
The
last
entire
year.
every
Oh, yeah.
church is a problem.
Last year, and I remember we talked about the story on here where there was a lady, a single woman, brought her children to the pastor. Pastor's like, "Oh yeah, I'll watch your kids while you go out and look for job interviews." She comes back, gets her kids, and finally learns that, oh, while I was at a job interview and thought I could trust this guy to watch over my kids while I was trying to get a fucking employment, he raped them.
Oh yeah, I'll rape your kid. I mean, rape? What? Did I say rape? I meant watch. I meant what? I meant babysit.
I'll watch.
I'll take care of. I'll watch. I'll tend. I'll keep them safe. Rape? Who said? That's crazy. I don't. I watched.
I'll
I heard about a
flatiate,
church in
I'll
Tennessee.
flay
They
fish.
did some weird shit there. I'm sorry. It was on my mind. I don't know. It was a slip of the tongue. Freudian. Not Freudian. Not Freud. I was wrong. I'm sorry. It was bad. I didn't mean to say it. Sure, go look for a job and I'll rape. I mean, fuck, god damn it.
By the way,
I'll watch your kids.
get your
I'll
kid
watch them.
some more hand lotion. His hands are rough.
Watch them take their clothes. Fuck, what is wrong with me?
Praise the Lord.
Jesus. So yeah, apparently the answer is if you're a church in Tennessee and you find out that one of your pastors has raped a child, you just try to hide it.
It's called Children's Hush Church.
Church of the Silent Rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Church of Naughty Bits.
God.
We hear about this shit all the time.
All the time.
It's not. It's not.
I mean, look. I mean, you know, we have actually now a fairly sizable international listenership audience, and honestly, it's like every day there's a kid raped in a church and someone shot up some public building.
Yeah. But the thing about the church thing is it doesn't make mainstream fucking news.
No, it's blasé anymore. I mean,
and I saw who was posting about it the other day on Facebook. I just forgot.
I don't know. What was it? Maybe
I just forgot his Bible bedtime stories.
Joey
Kirkman was posting about a movie. I'm trying to think of the name. Spotlight. And I went and looked at the review of it. I'm like, I didn't even know that was fucking coming out. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
I gotta go see that.
That looks good.
Yeah.
So follow Joey Kirkman's advice. Look up the movie Spotlight. Just even go and look at the
synopsis,
the preview for it.
Plot line.
Yeah, look it up on YouTube. Check it out and go fucking see it. It's a true story. And it's all about the fucking
Catholic Church
covering this shit up. Yeah. And I have not seen a single fucking preview for it on TV.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I have a fun little article to interject here.
Lots of people don't want to hear about that kind of thing, Ryan.
If they
don't know about it, it means it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I've seen a lot about the Wall Street movie coming out, where they try to take down Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Bernie helped with that one.
Well, it's because Brad Pitt's in that.
True. That is a pretty. I mean,
he's a sexy motherfucker. That guy.
The one about the priest, though. There's a lot of stars in that one, though, too.
Yeah. Are there any sexy motherfuckers or just sexy child fuckers? Jesus Christ!
None of those child fuckers are sexy. That's why I'm like,
it came out so smoothly, it caught me off guard a little bit.
I'm like, even
Sucker punched my funny bone.
Even if I were gay, I don't think I would look at many of those old priests as being anything that would be attractive.
Are you
really?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Unless it's Brad Pitt.
You don't go for doughy pasty dudes in long robes?
No.
Who like 12-year-olds?
No. I might be out of their league anyways, I guess.
You don't know how many...
Yeah, you're used to putting out fires.
You don't know how many heartbroken priests there are to hear you say that.
Well, I mean, I'm over the age of 8, so I think I'm out well out of the league.
You're in the clear?
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
You said you had something happy, don't you?
Yeah, I'll lighten the mood a little bit.
All right.
The closed captioning gods reached down and blessed the Giants quarterback with a fantastic new nickname on Sunday. In the middle of the broadcast, as the closed captioning subtitles scrolled by, viewers noticed something strange with Manning's name. He was referred to as Eli Man Penguin Boy. Penguin Boy? How? Why? Who cares? This is great. He shall forever be known as Eli Man Penguin Boy.
Just fuck up on the caption.
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't care.
I've noticed another NFL fuck up lately.
Peyton Manning?
No.
Oh.
And I noticed it first last week.
That would have been my first guess.
I know. I wonder if he was able to pass the gravy on Thanksgiving.
I noticed it first during the Packer game on Thanksgiving when Aaron Rodgers had a bad snap and his mic was still on in his helmet, and all I hear is "fuck."
Oh yeah.
Then I was watching another game on Sunday, and something happened, like a bad play, and all I hear is "fuck."
Yeah.
I love that. They're leaving those mics on entirely too long because all those players cuss during a bad play.
When I was a lot younger, that was one of my favorite things about watching football on television was hearing the guys swear every now and then, like, cover that motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
But now when they put the mics in the fucking quarterback's helmet and on, like, there's actually, like, microphones in, like, the center's pads to pick up sounds in the field. And they're leaving those mics on for entirely too long to get the hits, like the sounds of people being hit. But they're also catching quarterbacks and receivers making a bad play and going, fuck! And it's pretty clear on TV when they do it. Like, even the announcers, and now it's like, oh, well, apparently Aaron Rodgers wasn't happy with that play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the year that the Broncos lost the Super Bowl last. And there was a meme floating around. It was one of my favorite memes of all time. And it was Peyton Manning, and he's just got like this white towel over his shoulder. And it said, tried to throw in the towel, but it was intercepted.
Yeah, but that was intercepted too.
Did you see the stuff about Tim Tebow, our Jesus freak?
No, what's new with Mr. T-Bone?
So Mr. Tebow's supermodel girlfriend left him because
yes,
he wouldn't give her the D.
Miss America.
Miss
he wouldn't
Universe.
give her the. She left him because he wouldn't give her the D.
Oh,
he wouldn't sleep with her, and
he
so
wasn't
she's
down
like,
to fuck, so she left.
Fucking, I'm out of here. She's hot. She's
hot.
hot.
Then everybody was praising him for sticking to his guns, and everybody's like, "Oh, she's just a whore." But apparently, she also dated one of the Jonas Brothers and was proud of the fact that she got the Jonas Brother to give up his fucking promise ring.
His chastity. What were those called? I can't remember what they fucking called them.
Well, they had the
like
promise ring to say, it's a promise ring. It's the promise that you would wait until you were married. And she apparently seduced one of the Jonas Brothers, and he broke that promise.
Good for her.
So her thing is like, I'm hot as fuck, and I'm gonna get these people that think they can't fuck until they get married to fuck me. So I'll date them.
So I didn't know they weren't married or that he wouldn't give her the D. That's funny.
Yeah. So she left him because she's like, I can't be in a relationship. You won't have sex.
You can love me or Christ.
Yeah, right.
She's like, I'm sorry, but I love the D.
And he's like, I love the J.
Not the vajayjay, the J.
Oh, he's so hot. The flowing hair.
God, can you imagine that? Picking a fucking book over a Miss America?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Jesus Christ. Yes, well, exactly.
I mean,
but that's fucking ridiculous.
I would give
good for her.
I'm
yeah,
like
exactly.
Being
yeah,
jackass.
fuck Tim Tebow.
I might give a bacon.
One
to
more
date her.
thing Tebow fucking failed at.
Yep.
Failed at football. Failed at fucking.
Actually, he did succeed at one thing in the NFL, and that was being signed to the New England Patriots
for a day?
practice squad.
Yeah.
To
not on the team,
alleviate all the media pressure of Aaron Hernandez's arrest.
Oh,
that he did that well.
I did think it was. I know we're talking football a little bit now.
Come Jesus up the locker room.
During the preseason with him, everybody was on his back because he's all God loving and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry. You know, he was playing with a fourth string offense in front of him, so he didn't get to play as well." But I'm like, yeah, but he was also playing against a fourth string fucking defense and still fucking sucked.
Yeah.
So you can't use that ploy.
No, he's just fucking terrible.
Yeah.
All the praying in the world wasn't going to save that shit.
No.
Nope.
And that's when I got like a couple years, like what, 3-4 years ago now, when his last for Denver in the playoffs, when my aunt like blew up at me on Facebook. Where I made a comment, it was like, he lost the playoff game. Like, where's Jesus now, Tim Tebow? My aunt's like, that's insensitive. I'm like, he thinks Jesus helps him pass footballs. And he sucks at it. Like, he's not good.
Jesus is the worst quarterback ever.
Yes,
but she just came back at me with like, well,
he does. His hands are sore.
He's
got those injured
too much.
feet. He's not very mobile.
Well, he does so much
fucking
good.
Cut in his side.
He donates money and stuff. I'm like, okay,
Crown
awesome.
Of thorns under his helmet hinders things a bit.
Razor blades.
And he's playing in a dress.
Yeah. He's just not a good quarterback. It has nothing to do with him being religious. It's just the fact that he can run a ball.
You'd think he'd be able to throw a Hail Mary, though, right?
You would.
I mean,
Yeah,
for
nice.
Christ's sake.
Ah.
I'm a dork.
I know he can never find an opening to fucking run through, though.
No, that's right. Abort! Fuck! I can't.
Oh shit!
What else you got?
Fucking, I don't want to do more military shit. I got more military shit.
More
More
military
U.S.
shit.
military shit.
Can we?
Oh, actually, you know what?
Let's just tell happy stories. We've had so much bad fucking news lately.
I'm down, but I don't have any other ones.
I got one more happy one.
We got a happy one. We got to have something happy, something
yes,
uplifting.
I do have another one. Okay, yeah, you do yours.
Okay, so the happy one that I have is Mr. Facebook himself, Mark Zuckerberg,
Yeah,
vowing to donate 99% of his Facebook shares for charity.
to make life better for his child he's expecting.
For all the peoples of the world.
Yeah.
It's like Mark Zuckerberg saves the world, man.
Well, in a way, it is a little, because he said he wants his child to live in a better place.
Yeah.
So it is benefiting the whole world. But would he have done it without having becoming a father?
I don't care.
I don't care if he would. The thing is that he did do it.
Yeah, he did do it. He is doing it.
So
I think he would have eventually done it anyways, like most of the philanthropists that he's following in their footsteps of.
Yeah, Buffett and Gates.
Yeah.
All three of these guys, billionaire atheists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are...
Is Zuckerberg too?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's said so several times. So this is from the New York Times. Mark Zuckerberg, the co-founder and chief executive of Facebook, announced on Tuesday that he and his wife would give 99% of their Facebook shares during our lives, end quote, holding currently worth more than $45 billion to charitable purposes. The pledge was made in an open letter to their newborn daughter, Max, who was born about a week ago.
I would just like to interject.
Yes.
More by many, many, many times than the Catholic Church has done in 2,000 years.
Yeah, probably.
Guaranteed.
The only thing that I'm sad
Certainly
about,
more than the LDS Church
I
has
would
ever done.
bet that the Catholic Church has spent more on covering up child rape than they've spent on charity.
the only thing I'm disappointed at the fact is that me and Zuckerberg are the same age, and he makes more money in one day than I'll make in my entire fucking lifetime.
Yeah. It's good that he's giving it away then.
True.
Mr. Zuckerberg and his wife, Dr. Priscilla Chan, said they were forming a new organization, the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, or CZI, to manage the money through an unusual limited liability corporate structure. Quote, our initial areas of focus will be personalized learning, curing disease, connecting people, and building strong communities, they wrote. Mr. Zuckerberg's charitable plans are the latest indication of a growing interest in philanthropy among Silicon Valley's young billionaires, who, unlike previous generations of business tycoons, appear eager to spread their wealth while they are still young.
Yes.
Mr. Zuckerberg is 31. Jesus.
Yeah.
And Dr. Chan is 30.
God damn.
31. And he's a multi-billionaire.
Do we know what she's a doctor of?
Abortions.
Oh,
Doing
okay.
cool shit. I don't know.
'Cause a doctor can mean so many fucking things nowadays.
She can have a doctorate in English studies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Yet they are entering largely uncharted waters with a charity effort of such scale. They have not yet detailed how the money will be spent, and the pace at which the money will be given out indicates they plan to take their time. The couple have had mixed results in earlier charitable efforts. In 2010, Mr. Zuckerberg and Dr. Chan gave $100 million to improve the public schools in Newark. The money expanded high-performing charter schools, but encountered fierce resistance from many parents, community activists, and unions.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. Mr. Zuckerberg has said he learned a lot from the experience.
Hey, here's some free shit ton of money. No!
No! You know what I would like to see him do if he's going to do stuff with school districts?
Oh, you know, I'll bet it's because it says the money expanded high-performing charter schools, not just public schools in general. I'll bet that's why you got some
Yes,
pushback.
of course. And from unions, yeah, of course, that makes sense, yeah.
Still,
I don't...
Well, it says that says 100 move, or does it say chartered later on?
It says $100 million to improve the public schools in Newark. The money expanded high-performing charter schools.
Well, was the money misused then?
Yeah, I know. That seems weird because it's like, what the fuck does anybody else care when he's giving away his fucking money to a specific thing and other people are like, hey, but what about us? What about us, though?
Yeah. You know what I would like to see,
that's
honestly?
just fucked up. Like, come on, who cares?
So my brother still works with, and he used to work for, I'm probably going to miss, it's like 826. I think it's the area code there in Chicago. That it's like an after school program where they would work with students and they would let them do like reading, writing, and like doing stuff that like basically getting to be creative and do like cool shit they don't get a chance to do as much of in school because a lot of like the arts programs have been slashed and cut away. To go into the communities where that stuff has been taken away and kind of be like, okay, we're going to open up this center to where students can come in and actually learn how to do this kind of stuff, do creative writing, doing more art stuff. If you want to learn how to play an instrument, we can teach you how to play an instrument. We can do all this cool stuff that has now been taken out of the schools because schools no longer have time to fund it. I think that'd be neat to see.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be so fun. Oh my gosh.
Plus, it gets students off the streets on times where they might be doing shenanigans, because I did a lot of shenanigans.
You want to keep them out of those shenanigans.
Keep them out of the shenanigans.
Have them doing fun things, super fun, crafty things.
Give them a creative outlet in which to express themselves, and you also employ people to run these places.
Then they're not just playing with themselves, touching their naughty parts.
We can have that class too, though. I mean, if you want one,
no, you gotta run a church in Tennessee, or be Catholic.
Yeah,
I don't want to do either of those.
just don't have your school on Shenanigans Street.
This is how it happens. Now watch. I'm gonna rub the bad stuff out. Okay?
That's not how you do it. Give it here.
I'm gonna rub and see you're getting all excited and oops, look at the bad stuff come out.
Jesus saves.
Jesus tears. Oh, Jesus saves you.
Continuing with the story. I hope this will be a model for Mark's generation, said Dr. Brilliant, a physician who also previously ran Google's charitable arm, Google Org.
Dr. Brilliant?
That sounds like
that's a supervillain.
No,
it sounds like a supervillain.
It would be like a good villain?
A good villain.
Good villain. Vaudevillian.
A good villain.
He had to have changed that name. There's
Dr.
no way that guy's legal name is Dr. Brilliant.
That's crazy.
I'm motherfucking Dr. Brilliant, motherfucker.
That's what I would see, is like a rapper doing that shit.
Dr. Brilliant.
Right, yeah. That's just
Dr. Brilliant in the Silicon Valley crew.
Nice.
The Silicon Valley way of philanthropy also demands more control over where the money is spent, though it remains to be seen if this hands-on formula will be successful.
He has a holster for his soldering iron.
By using a limited liability company instead of a nonprofit corporation or foundation, the Zuckerberg family will be able to go beyond making philanthropic grants. They will invest in companies, lobby for legislation, and seek to influence policy or public policy debates, which nonprofits are restricted from doing under the new tax laws. A spokeswoman for the family said that any profits for the investments would be plowed back into the Chan Zuckerberg initiative for future projects.
Shouldn't you say put back?
Plowed back sounds
sexual.
It does sound sexual. That's exactly it.
We're gonna ram it right back in there.
I'm gonna be plowing this back into Chan so fucking hard.
He's gonna be jumping.
Does Dr. Brilliant have a circuit board of directors?
So the story continues.
That got exactly what it deserved.
I believe that in the story it says that he's going to be donating $1 billion per year is the cap.
There it is. Well, no more than $1 billion of Facebook stocks each year
for the next 3 years. He intends to retain his majority voting position in the company's stock for the foreseeable future. But yeah, I mean, that's really good news.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, not to think he can't do this forever for the rest of his life. There's got to be an end to Facebook.
Well, and there's no way he could ever spend $45 billion.
No.
We talked about it before during one of the debate broadcasts was, how much is enough? How much money is enough for somebody? There's no way he could ever spend $45 billion in his lifetime.
Unless he wanted to just go ape shit and I'm buying that island, I'm buying that island,
I'm buying that
Middle East. I'm buying that whole fucking airport, and just go completely ape shit with spending money. He can't do it. If you're I don't need an airport.
I mean, you're
I don't need
you're
20
looking
islands.
at spending millions of dollars per day
Per hour.
on something and making no more money in the meantime.
Yeah,
right.
Just to try to offload $45 billion.
Yeah.
So,
But I can see.
I'm sure he figured that out.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's only saying 99% of his stocks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, not of his
that's-
total wealth, but
That's where your objection comes in.
well,
that
not in my
Facebook-
objection, but I'm just wondering.
Well, you're
how
saying-
much is Facebook stocks going to be worth 20 years from now? Will it even be a thing anymore?
Yeah, maybe not, but at least he's doing much more than Carnegie and Rockefeller.
Oh, yeah.
And Trump.
well, and let's say it only lasts another 3 years, during which time
Right.
he's donating
Yeah, exactly.
$3 billion.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
But I just see.
I think it's a very nice trend.
like most techie things or most internet things.
Sure.
Well, besides like Google, there's eventually a crash.
What's Google?
Google's that thing where smart people go to find out more
It's
information.
that thing that this guy on Facebook thought he was on earlier when
Yeah.
he was talking to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like Bing it? Like go Bing it?
It's like Bing. It's
Oh,
like Bing.
okay. All right.
It's like Bing with less pretty background pictures.
Yeah.
I see. I just go Bing it.
Yeah.
If I don't know the answer, I just go Bing it.
Oh,
I Alta Vista that shit.
so
Lycos.
I learned something new the other day. I
Jeeves.
got to
I
find
ask Jeeves all of my questions.
Yeah. Jeeves is kind of not that smart anymore.
He works great on my HP Pavilion.
So if you're sitting by your computer right now, just fucking do it. It's cool.
I'm sitting by
Sitting by
several
okay.
computers right now.
Okay, Mr. Dan Ellis, go to Google. I got to turn the volume down on the computer because it's going to make noise.
I'm on the Google.
So you're on the Google. Then you go to the Google search bar and you type in "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away," and then just hit enter.
Dun, dun, dun,
Your
dun, dun, dun,
Google
dun, dun,
browser
dun, 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 dun,
turns into the exact opening.
ba, 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 ba. Nice.
It turns into the opening of Star Wars. Your whole Google browser is like the Star Wars opening.
Crazy.
It's got the scrolling screen of the
Yeah.
texties.
But it's all Google searches for that term.
Yeah. Does it? If I change the search, will it leave the Star Wars thing on here?
No.
No. Like if I say boobs.
No, we'll just get pictures of boobs.
No, we get text. Oh, I like that text picture of boobs there. Big boobs.
Big tits official site TM.
Left colon, period, Y,
Capital
period, capital Y, period, right colon.
With spaces in between.
With spaces, yeah.
Because they're big boobs.
No,
Big boobs.
those are open and closed parentheses, not
Yeah.
colons.
Yeah.
Parentheses.
You don't want colons with your boobs.
No. Well, some people do. They're usually in Cleveland.
Where they get the steamers going.
Yeah.
And they're big fans of the Browns.
Yeah.
Dog pound.
But no,
I'm all in on that one. I loved it.
I saw that the other day. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. They hit it in there.
The Cleveland. You saw a Cleveland steamer.
No.
I thought that was really cool.
No. The Google.
The Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah. I saw it the other day. I'm like, fuck, that's cool. I'm like, I gotta see if it works. It even works on mobile. So if you're on a mobile phone, it works on that too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Now you can't
have a mobile phone.
now you can't exactly click on anything you search.
Not on the corded phones.
No.
No, it doesn't work.
No,
on
rotary doesn't work.
landlines.
Yeah, but you can't actually click on anything because it's like moving. It's like I can't click on it.
Can't you? I didn't
Not
try.
on my phone.
Oh. Yeah, I can highlight it.
There you can. It's easier on there, but on the phone, it's like it's really tiny.
I wonder what their UX is here. If I highlight it, will it stay? No.
No. See, it's hard. It's hard to click on shit. And we're doing this on a big screen TV, and it's hard to click on shit. There it goes. Finally, we got one to click. Oh. And that's an article about the scrolling text.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was neat.
I like Google.
That's a happy story.
Yeah.
So do it. You'll have some enjoyment for your 2 seconds.
That reminds me, did you see all the Christians freaking the fuck out about Google changing their
the evolution
their
to
thing
Darwin?
for the what was it, the 41st anniversary of the discovery of Lucy?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was Lucy.
Yeah. Christians freaking the fuck out. Google's the devil saying revolution's true.
Then on like what was it, Easter? Like they didn't put Jesus up there on Easter.
They had rabbits.
They had rabbits and eggs.
Eggs. You know, the things that we fucking do every
They
Easter.
should have had,
Yeah, exactly.
Where was Jesus at, Google?
Yeah,
You
no
know-
shit. Fucking spread some strawberry jam on your front lawn on Easter, and then I'll think you actually celebrate it better.
And they would never be happy. Google could change the thing to just Christy Christness on Easter or Christmas or anything. And there would be complaints that, you know, Jesus was too dark, or
His name wasn't Christy.
his hair's too long, or he didn't have a beard, or
Didn't they put a menorah up once? Everybody's like, why the fuck is Christmas?
I don't know, probably for Hanukkah or something.
Yeah, they put up a menorah for Hanukkah on the thing like that. I don't remember what letter to the.
What's the Christmas season?
It's about Jesus.
It's Christy Christ. Come on.
We're not all Jewy.
Nice.
I don't know. It might be.
It's not Hanukkah.
This isn't Google. Well, I saw someone the other day put up a thing where they said, for now on, when anybody says Merry Christmas to me, I'll say Happy Hanukkah back to them.
Oh, what about something else?
Well, I mean, because they're saying like there's
That's
more
a
than
great example. Yes, I totally like Dan's idea.
Yeah. Happy something else to you, fucker.
Or I actually like that. It's like, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy anything else.
Happy something else, fucker.
That's funny.
You got a little pause and fucker at the end. Really, really draw them in. They're thinking about it, and then you say fucker.
It's the comic timing.
Just do the happy and just get all like nervous and like fresh and go, fucker.
Then they just think you got Tourette's, or they're gonna worry about you then.
Well, if they think you have Tourette's,
You just
they
say
won't.
it's super
like,
happy, just like, man, happy something else to you.
Or what if
fucker?
Or what if they were like, Merry Christmas, and you're like, Mary was a whore.
Oh, I like that. I like that. What
That's
else
mean, Matt.
Was a lying, cheating whore.
You're a rape apologist right now. She was raped.
Possibly.
That's
Possibly, yes.
that's terrible.
I'd say Mary had incest if she got fucked by her own son.
Mary had a little incest.
A little incest.
Oh, Jesus. Mary had a little lord?
Followed her everywhere.
His dress was white as snow?
Not after that night.
What color was that? I'm
Red.
colorblind. I'm just curious.
Oh, I was going with red.
Probably.
She was a
Broken hymen.
a virgin.
Broken hymen.
And Jesus is supposed to be all powerful.
I think it's a broken hymen.
Hymen?
True.
It's a broken hymen.
She's Jewish.
Yes,
Broken
she was.
hymen.
Yes, she was. Yeah, she
So,
existed at all.
so I don't know. Does that do it for us this evening?
I think so. I think there. I did see though. There's another God movie coming out.
Oh, I saw the preview for that. Fuck that shit. What movie was it? Tracy and I went to go see a movie, and they had that preview. She was fucking hilarious. We're sitting there, and you know, they start playing the preview, and I could see it was some Bible-y bullshit Jesus thing, and I just did my typical Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
fairly loud, and she's sitting next to me. She goes, "In a world where most people remain dead, one man goes against the odds and rises 3 days later."
Nice.
Well, because like the other, like I think it was last week I saw it when we were off, where the family that had that child that the Pope put his hand on the child's head, like, look, her inoperable brain tumor went away.
What? Say that again.
Oh, yeah.
Family, it was a little child.
Is that Pope Fluffy's voice?
No, that was the family that had the family. Like, look,
Look,
the Pope put the hand on the baby's head. Now the brain tumor is gone. The family's Italian.
The Koopa Troopa that was in there is gone.
Yes. Luigi, give her a mushroom.
Luigi jumped on the toilet.
Okay.
He didn't know I make a pizza. Luigi's supposed to be making me a pizza. He cured cancer. Fucking asshole.
I had a good crap. It was all I needed.
Yeah, the family's claiming
me,
that
Francis.
since the Pope laid hands on their child's head, their child's brain tumor is now gone. Thanks to the Pope.
Sucked it right into his godly hands.
I'm just wondering if the child underwent any more chemotherapy for the tumor.
Well, I always think it's interesting that Jesus and freaking Pope are supposed to be on the same side, right?
Yeah.
Jesus can give a kid a tumor, and the Pope can take it away by the same power.
Fucking up.
And Jesus is just like,
career.
fuck.
Well, God damn it, Frank! I'm trying to do a thing here.
Yeah.
How am I going to teach his family humility
Right.
and this lesson that I had lined up? You're fucking everything up.
How to appreciate the 3 grains of rice I give them
But
every
Jesus
month.
is always like coming down to Pope, and he's like, Pope, dude, I invented this thing
Pope,
called email. I got tired of all the fucking prayers. I put you in fucking power down here on Earth. You're supposed to have
I've been BCCing you on all of this shit.
I can't. It's a field with the child porn.
Check your
Go
Gmail.
into my spam folder.
Yeah. Well, Francis, check your Gmail. MSN is out. Check your Gmail. Yahoo's done. We got rid of that account fucking years ago. Check your Gmail. It's in there. All these other prayers. Go lay hands on all these motherfuckers that are asking for their fucking car keys and for a fucking $1 million. You just lay their fucking hands on them and it cures their shit.
Cures their car key blues.
I can't. I put you here for a reason, and you ain't fucking doing shit, Pope. You ain't checking your Gmail.
God mail.
I know.
Nice.
All right. Well, I missed you guys last week. This was fun.
Yeah. I was trying to find the God voice real quick.
Hey,
it's a bean away.
What do you say we get together and do this again next week?
Okay.
Jesus. You have to pterodactyl.
Sound like have you seen Birdman? That sounds like Michael Keaton in Birdman. Yeah, I like that movie.
I liked it.
Sound like Dane Cook.
Different, strange, weird.
That's why I liked it, because it was different, because of their different cinematic aspects they used in it.
Yeah. It was interesting. As always, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/GodlessRebelution, on Twitter at TGR Podcast. You can call us at 330-81-REBEL.
81-REBEL! Damn it, I missed that one.
You can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, Podbean, anywhere else that you happen to download your podcasts.
Streaker.
And Google in the future when they get their shit together.
Google Podcast coming shortly. Please go out and rate the show if you've enjoyed it.
Go rate, not rape. Oh.
Send us messages and let us know what you would like us to do on future shows.
Yeah.
Or as I said earlier, if we got anything wrong, let us know too.
We might not listen.
And we're only like what? Like 17 shows away from 100?
17
or 18?
18 shows
18,
away.
yeah. We're fucking close.
That's
we
still
did
several months,
but we did have one
3
person
months
propose
away,
that
4 months away.
we do another live show. I think someone put out there.
We should do something for our 100th.
Yeah, we should. I mean, 100's a big number.
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
I'm not opposed to doing another live show if we can get something set up.
Yeah. It'll be spring-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be fun.
Spring may have sprung.
Perhaps.
I might be going to Maui in March, so I better not be in that time frame.
That's
probably
when we're
right
gonna do
around.
100. And
Like the first week of March, last week of February, I might be in Maui.
we'll just be wishing you, happy stuffs on the beach.
I would like to be here for the 100th episode.
Okay.
Well.
Fine. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
What happened? Someone set up us the bomb. We get signal. What? Main screen turn on. It's you.
How are you, gentlemen? All your base are belong to us. You are on the way to destruction.
What you say?
You have no chance to survive, mate, your time. Ha ha ha. All your base, all your base, are belong to us. All your base, all your base, are belong to us. All your base, all your base, are belong to us.
Are we still on?
Is this thing on?
Are you atheisting right?
Is this real life?
Is all it's gonna be forever?
Have a good week. Don't rape anybody.